market. So yeah, you got a lot going on. There's a few things from tariff authorization all the way down even to rates and a lot of this stuff we heard about last week. AI, the bubble, what's going on? And then Europe, or not, yeah, well, Europe and France, and then you got China, India, Russia. We got a couple of other things, and literally just a couple of minutes ago, right before we started the other video, there was a removal of TSMC's tariffs on the chips, the chip waiver. So that's where we are now. We've already gone over the news. I think it's going to be a pretty exciting Tuesday. We do have ISM manufacturing. I haven't really talked about it this much, but dude, employment this week. We do have the non-farms, and I think that is going to be very important. Remember, last non-farms, we had a very big revision, and that was not good. So it led to a couple of things. We're going to see if that plays out, but remember the ISM manufacturing, and especially the employment gauge of it, that does give you a little bit of a hint. So we will see where it leads us. But other than that, I got a couple of plays. I'm going to be watching Baba, K-Web, JD. Baba looks to be the only China name up, but keep your eyes out for that. Gold is also outperforming another record high. Watch Fannie Mae, and then watch the euro and dollar. CRM and Figma for earnings. STZ was bad earnings to the downside. See if that continues. Pepsi got a $4 billion stake. And then Biogen, they got something. I don't know if that one's going to move slow or not. It's been a while, but I am going to keep an eye out for it given the FDA news. So other than that, my friends, here we are. 1 minute or 45 second, man. 45 seconds. The jolts will kind of be important overall, just Friday. And, you know, what you really should be thinking about is if we get the same reaction that we did last time. You know, again, if you really start to get, what's it called? If you really get, where is it? If we get another, like, downside revision, that's huge. That's not going to be good. People might freak out, but they're probably going to start saying rate cuts and then freak out. And then we'll see. So there's been a lot of debate, again, even economy stuff. I don't know if you guys heard it on the tariffs. You know, the whole thing with the tariff court, the problem is if it's bullshit, but what if they try to make them pay the money back? Yeah, we don't have that. Round one. Fight. All right. Let's see where we're at. Again, a couple of biotechs are doing good. Watch out if we get any healthcare or any sort of those rotations. Again, Pepsi's looking pretty nice here to start off. Some of the China names are up, but not too much. Oh, wow. Those went up 90? I didn't even realize that. Baba. What did we pay for this? Oh. All right, I made the Baba free. That's just one of them, not the shitty ones. The ones further out the money, they actually have a way better premium than all day yesterday, or all day Friday. Where is it? All right. Yeah, I saw that the World Liberty thing. That was all yesterday. Pfizer, Yum, Merck. I see, whoa, and Biogen. I see a lot of healthcare on the high. And then see Pepsi, we made some of those free, but that's killing it. I don't know where any of the short terms are, but those could be good. NVO, Fat Rip. Oh, and then Whirlpool, that's just the spread. Not bad. Labu ripping. And then watch Energy too. They were up and then they went down a little bit. Yeah, I keep seeing Labu. Like I'm saying, bro, XLV, healthcare, even the biotechs, they're a little active. There was a couple of bad FDA approvals, but generally, that looks nice. Again, NVIDIA opened down like more than 2%, so keep that in mind. Yeah, NVIDIA's down 3 right now, so we're down 1.2 on the SPY, 1.8 on the NASDAQ, damn. And then Dow down 1.17, and then Russell down 1.5. We might get a Trump speaking. I wouldn't doubt it. Again, I think Pepsi is the only staple, but staples are actually doing good. There's TSM. You had that headline there in the morning as well. Intel. Core weave flushing. Oh, I got one more. Pepsi's on the low. That reminded me. Yeah, Whirlpool's down, but the premium's moving around. Jazz is going up in, that's going up probably with Biogen. EA Belander. Bob, did they come back down? I think they did. The premiums, they were up in the morning. I made it free, and then they just got slashed. So watch out with that. No, I need those. eBay, Upwork. There's Tessie. Baba. Oh, 7. Salute, baby. Good morning. I'm shopping right now. Little scammers. All right. Tesla. I have Tesla up, and then Biogen. I forgot even Open Door. UNH, TSM received notification of license getting revoked. That was in the morning. It kind of tweaked out Intel too when it came out. Weed stocks. They were very active last week. Ethereum and crypto moving up. I'd say wait till Nvidia moves, man. Nvidia was down 3 early on, so we will see a lot of those same themes from last week are in play. Google, TSM, Philip Morris and MO, Mara. Oh, hello, Sarah. Good morning. All right, LRC. You have Broadcom earnings today, and then, or not today, this week, and then we also have CRM. Again, Salesforce could be another one. We will look. Okay. Yeah, Intels are still running up. No fucking way. BB. Where's CNC? There was an update on what's it called too? There was some update on one of them. CNC and Fannie Mae. They're totally not related. Airlines on the high. Yeah, Pulte said something on Fannie Mae this morning. Now BABA is starting to move. So again, that was the only thing that was up in the morning, and then it just cash open, went red. I keep seeing Google, nothing's happened on there. Intel might be running on the chip news. So the whole like chip waiver TSM stuff, it might be that. BABA. The China Russia stuff, I think a little bit of solidarity. I don't have any until we find out what policy or how it impacts trade deals. I haven't overthought it really. They're not doing too bad. Again, Nvidia, remember last week, that was a very pervasive effect. Pepsi's coming down. It's already given up 1% from the morning. You got AMD on the high. Yeah, they're still all still down like 1 and some change here, give or take. Marvel's coming up. They had bad earnings last week. Yeah, chip index is already down by 2.2. Dollar's still green on the day, but came down from the cash open. And you're still right at the open. NASDAQ was as low as 1.8. You're down by 1.3. And then now S&P down 1.2. Everything's about 1 and 1.2. Is it? Silver. Yeah, silver is $40 an ounce. Spot. Kind of crazy. Let me see another one. Open door keeps going up. I can't type today. Yeah, okay, some of them are still down. Again, remember even the Russell and what we talked about last week. I do think Russell in September is going to be very interesting. Okay, more BABA, a couple of the China plays. We just did watch Bitcoin kind of take up here. Wait, Bitcoin is in the green? Oh. EHB Edwards, that's another one. So all the healthcare names aren't doing that bad. I mean, XLV is down. I want to know what the drag is, but you have like biotechs, medical devices, and some of those other ones doing good. I got BABA in the bottom right. Like I'm saying, that was even last week. Remember that chip news on Friday was pretty big. We hit big on BABA, and that was that other play I made free this morning. But just keep that in mind, and we are still looking for that China deal, even as you saw this weekend with all those meetings. You know, we are waiting for something of that nature. Yeah, so dollar DG might go up again, or it's going to be active. You have Dollar Tree earnings this week, so that's also part of it. The premiums went down, the free ones though, from last week. Xiaomi, a good long term. If you don't use it, I probably wouldn't consider it. China exposure, I would probably not go more than 10%. That's kind of been our plan for the last 2.5 years on China. So I haven't bought anything China after it rallied. So, and then if you don't use it long term, it was hard for me to buy BABA. So you're gonna have to make that decision on your own. But I would say no if it's not clear enough. FI on the low. Oh, where's Apple? Apple. All right, SPY moving around. Again, we are going to get data here. It's only been 10 minutes. Ulta's on the high. They were killing it last week. Marvel might be one of the only chip names going green, and they were the ones that did really bad last week. Yeah, so top of the hour, though. 18 more minutes, we're going to get to ISM. The ISM is going to be big. Like I'm telling you, just remember what happened last non-farms. We had the drama, the credibility, all of that issue, but pretty much that big revision down, that caused a reaction. So this week, if we have another bad one, that's going to change some things. And now, why is that important for today? ISM manufacturing. If we get a big move on that, that has a high correlation. So we're going to start assuming things, my friends. Okay. CNC. Oh, the babas that I made free went higher. No shit. Okay. Dollar Tree, that's going up now, like I said. That has the earnings. DG was last week. Mr. Skedal. What up, baby? Good morning. Pfizer dividend? I am not too sure. If it's ex-divvy was before, or it's probably it payouts a month after ex-dividend. Okay, crypto is starting to move. I don't know if the dollar's coming down. Yeah, dollar went down another 0.05. Again, that's part of like the gap down, a little bit of the volatility this morning. You know, take a look. You know, dollar did react, and then that France stuff and everything else. CPRI, Sydney Sweeney news. So I think you might have another one of those. Remember, you saw it with Budweiser. That was a rumor, and it just did not hit. So you got to be careful on that. There's kind of cheapies, but not really. Okay, it filled me. I got two $10 ones. $20. I don't like it though. Just my everything, just you know what it is. She returns as the face of Jimmy Choo, fall 2025. They're like, we put her in a white pointy hat because what? No, you can't do that. It's not. Oh man, you. That's not the uranium one. STX on the high. Yeah, there's a little cheap one. That's why, but I'm not really a big fan of that one. We'll see. Capri, just value. They were cheap, but no pennies. PMI. This isn't the one we want though. This is S&P manufacturing PMI. Came in slightly lower, 53 versus 53.3. It was good. We'll talk about it maybe during Philo or later in the day when it slows down. But, you know, at base level, nobody got stabbed or shot. So I think that's a success. And then I think we made some good memories for life and other things. But, you know, at base level, I think everybody had fun. Nobody got hurt, you know, so that was great. That's a great time. Microsoft and MSTR and more of the crypto plays are starting to go up now. Again, you had little data there. That's not the big one, but it will be, again, in the next 15 minutes there. That's the one that's going to give us a signal on the jobs. Oracle, yeah, a lot of the tech that started off a little weaker, they all kind of look like the SPY. So again, just this morning, you had more volatility. NVIDIA starting to take off and Ethereum going up below 50. I don't care about the S&P PMI. So what you really should care about is the ISM. And then pretty much with any of these gauges, anything below like a 52 is a contraction. So you could look for that if you want, but I just don't think it matters. You have to weigh the importance of the data. So U.S. S&P manufacturing is interesting, but it doesn't give you the same weight as a ISM. Baba in China. And now Apple too, but K-Web finally took a candle. IonQ and Quantum. I don't know. Watch the material plays. I keep seeing the UUU one, but I don't know if it's UUUUU. Yeah, see, that one's on the high, but red. But yeah, NVIDIA is starting to wake up. NVIDIA plus China, that's going to add some lift, and Apple, but you have Amazon down too. Where the fuck is this drag coming from? Google down too. That could be Meta probably. Yeah. So Apple and NVIDIA not bad. They're all still in the red. They're trying to advance, but yeah, I mean, NVIDIA's got half of it, but still down 1.5 on a big amount. nuke. We saw that. All right, a bigger red. Again, today, I don't know. We're going to be a little bit more sensitive. You just saw how weak you were in the morning. And then anytime any of those like little TSM chip news comes out, you know, we kind of started moving pre-market. So still giving me the same vibe. I would argue that you're a little bit more sensitive today just to start off the month. You are in the buyback zone, though, so there should theoretically be a bunch of money flowing around, which I think is interesting. Maybe we'll wait till Euro close. Okay, Oklo going up. They're all still red, and now AMD, that's down 1. Again, NVIDIA is helping a lot. Like I'm saying, if you could get Apple, Meta, Google, Amazon, those are anywhere from 1% to 2%. But you also have a lot of other stuff. Russell is kind of the best on the day. I'm going to get you guys a checkup here in 12. Boeing's getting some candles, and now the SPY. It's all really small, though. We haven't really moved out of any range yet. All right, the candles are getting bigger. Ah! Yeah, the Capri one, the options are still up. That's sad. The options just held, but the play, I don't think it's a dud until the pumpers wake up, probably. I think that's too early for Sydney Sweeney news. They're still asleep. It's too, or give them like 2 hours. But yeah, we'll see. You're still right in the open. Again, Boeing's getting candles. Shout out to Bradley Frizzle. PetroChina parent seeks boosting cooperation with China Mobile. I don't know what this one. INSG. Microsoft, that's kind of doing the best out of all of them. I don't think any Mag 7 is in the green. EW, it's another medical. SPY's advancing though. I haven't really looked at the equal weight. Let's see. .1. So yeah, equal weights matched up with the SPY. UPS. Boeing got some good candles. Let me check the other ones. Oh, yes. 10 more minutes, brother. 10 more minutes, that's the real data. Do not be afraid. SoFi, Palantir, Trump announcement, 2 p.m. Oval Office. All right, that could be anything from China all the way down to, what else did he say? The tariff stuff this morning. Again, the IEEPA ruling. That's the, dude, the craziest part is the, what's it called? The craziest part is the fact that they're saying that they have to pay it back. So that's kind of nuts. That is kind of nuts, because think about the bonds, think about the bond vigilantes, and think about all the money Trump has been talking about that they found and got, right? So hypothetically, if they lost the Supreme Court appeal, you would have to return all of that money. It's a very big problem. It's actually like unnecessary, but again, I wouldn't be worried about it, but because it probably won't happen. But if you got to that point where they had to like literally do that, then yeah, you would have a issue. Because just think about the bonds, think about the bond vigilantes, and then hypothetically, if you had to pay back a couple $100 billion or $1 trillion of tariff revenue, where would you get that money? You'd have to refund it all. It'd be very difficult because they most likely probably already spent it. Yeah, because they don't have enough money. I know, bro. So I have that's the other tinfoil, the health stuff, because I was I saw like all these people going crazy over the week. I had time to like sit on the computer for a little bit. We were just chilling, bro. I didn't get time to. I was with the Chaz, baby. And then I see this, and I see like all these people talking like so deep on Trump's health, and I was like getting a little worried in the beginning, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I was gonna read it all, and then like halfway through, I caught myself, or like 10% in, and I was like, wait a minute, if he was really sick, why won't we just hide him? And I'm like, that's so possible. I've seen it 4 years ago. So yeah, I'm not really tripping. Yeah, Trump may be a little bit more stubborn, but I do think that if he was like really sick or like just hide him, why wouldn't they? That's possible. I'm being dead serious. That's the sad part about all of it. That is the sad part about all of it. The money would be paid back to whoever you collected it from. So, but then again, that would probably highlight that the consumer doesn't pay it. Oh no. But yeah. So again, if you like charge the X amount on a shipment or whatever, it would have to be returned back to the country. I think the country of origin. All right, more healthcare in this SPY. So get ready, 5 more minutes, and that'll be the bigger set of data, and then we will go from there. Boeing, dude. Bobo. And then JD now, another set of China. If the China rally could spread, that'll be good. Otherwise, it was just Baba. It's the only one. All right, more volume on Boeing. Google ad tech fine delayed as EU frets over Trump. And then Japan governor gives Taiwan security clearance for some bid. But yeah, you're getting more volume. It's not the overall SPY, but like Baba, China, then Boeing, and a couple of other names. But the high ticker is running. Yeah, and then you also have all the Bitcoin stuff there too. It's not bad. Ulta, W, yeah. I do Wayfair. They provided a lot for us this weekend. Thanks, Wayfair. MSTR bought 4,000 Bitcoin. PHM. All right, man. The high ticker is really running. Labu, we've been talking about that since the morning. And then about 2-3 minutes here, that should give us your final whirlwind until Euro close and Trump. Anyone get the extra? You get it later. It's going to be when the company gets formed. So you get the original price, and then once they sell the assets and go through it, you'll get the remainder depending on what happens. There's Baidu on the high and Lyft. So a couple of others. High tickers still going. I mean, the low ticker, I want to say, is just mainly tech. So, and then NASDAQ now below 1%. Everything's below 1%. We're right there on the cusp. One is good news, bad news, and bad news, good news. That'll probably be once we get some clarity on the economic data. I mean, right now, I think we're kind of in it. You know, if the economy did bad, I don't think people would like that. You know, if the jobs went down this week, people would like it for a rate cut, but then I think eventually they would kind of tweak out a little bit. So in a weird way, we're kind of in there, but that also could change in a heartbeat. I think I still have it from a month or two ago. We had a chart of all the good news, bad news, good news move. I bet you I could find it, but whole idea is that I think right now you're kind of in it, but then again, that could quickly flip-flop. That doesn't necessarily have to oh yeah, here it is. I already found it. Nice. So yeah, here it is. This is from like 2024. You know, that was bad news is good news. And then good data is good data was like end of 24 to like beginning of 25. Then beginning of this year, it kept going back and forth. You see that black and blue, it switched before it, and then bad is good, or bad data is bad, and then good is good, and then good is bad. And yeah, so we've done it. It can flip-flop. Right now, I think we're doing good data is good data, bad data is bad data, but yeah, I think that could change. There's no guarantee it stays that way. But, ooh, 48.7. So a little weaker on the ISM. Let me check the employment. 43.8. So not bad. It stayed the same. And then construction spending went down. I think it's good. I think it's good in the sense that it's weaker and it solidifies the same setup that you already expected for jobs and everything. And then not too crazy. Construction spending was a little bit lower. But yeah, it's the same shit. So ISM, it's very in line. If anything, it's a little stronger than last month. And that's where you got the revision. So yeah, right now ISM is saying you could expect something kind of similar to what you had last week. Interesting. All right. I'll take it. It's not bad. That's what I'm saying. I want it to be a blowout or like just one that's really big so it's easy to read. But again, ISM in comparison last quarter, this Friday should be similar to what we've dealt with. So that's what sucks, because last time you had an ISM like this, you still had a major revision. So yeah, we gotta watch out for that as well too. Yes, ISM services is Thursday, but it does not have the same correlation I'm sharing with you between ISM manufacturing and the non-farms. So that high correlation is ISM manufacturing, believe it or not. So we'll still get the other ISM, but it's not going to be as important as this one. So that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be there. Oh, the meetup was a major success. 100%. The only problem is like, it's far. That's it. Like, I think by the end of it, we all just realized, you know, how difficult it is. Nothing happened to stream alerts, but are you in Texas? Because for some reason, everybody in Texas has had an issue today. So nothing's wrong with stream alerts unless you're in Texas. So email if that's the case, but we already have somebody looking into it. It's very odd. Yeah, I know. It's very weird. Yeah, you're in Texas too? All right, email. I don't know what happened. You could probably blame Donald Trump, but I don't know why. Something with all the Texas numbers just flipped out today. It won't let me send anything to Texas. You're in Texas too? Okay, Ivan got it. So 3 of you in Texas didn't get it. All right, email though. Email if you're on stream alerts and you didn't get any alerts today. I already sent out 3. No, you can't do it in Canada, no. Soon, but I know stream alert just isn't our priority right now. My priority for real, guys, is getting you all homes and making sure you have bulletproof long terms. And that way, when we get back to a time where there's more speculation, I want it to be safe for you guys. I'm telling you, bro, even after this week, bro, you have no idea. I'm very inspired. I want a lot of goodness because I've seen a lot of good. So, but for now, just stream alerts isn't the main priority. I think it could help some of you who are responsible and have already locked down the other stuff. But like I'm saying, we're going to move as a team in a unit here. And I want to make sure everybody is good before, you know, we get into speculation. And it, you know, speculation, with control is not bad. But like I'm saying, man, just like Dave Ramsey shit, most people can't control it. And that's what we got to focus on. And once we get there, we'll be good. But yeah, let's end this year strong. Fuck yeah. No, 100%. Let's end this year strong. I mean, we're already there, and that'll open it up. So just where it's all said and done, or when it's all said and done, you better, all of the comments I've made, just have a long term coming in the next year. Hopefully you got a long term with a little bit of runway because you already started. Okay. But yeah, man, the meetup was a lot of fun. It just, by the end of it, dude, it's so far. That's it. Like, I got sad that they had to leave and then they had to travel, go to the airport. It's a lot of work, you know, between farm and all that. Even for me, I was doing a lot of back and forth. Oh, here, give me a sec. Right. Stream alerts is closed. The vlog, yeah, I gotta edit it. I didn't record till the next day. No, nobody brought drugs. Dude, it was so wholesome, bro. You guys have no idea. You know, I think our background check system worked, not to mention the calling and everything else. But yeah, dude, it was very beautiful. Very beautiful. I do need a cow. They said it would be a crime if we didn't get horses. That's what Mitch said, and I kind of agree. The wait list, there's no wait list, just be locked in whenever it's open. Because then, yeah, but like I'm saying, just right now though, focus on the long term. It's good that and this is what I was saying about September. September gets interesting because you get the seasonality and all of that, but we are wrapping up to this is going to be an interesting month, and there will be a lot of opportunities. So you want to take advantage of what you got. It's either going to be really slow or really fast. If it's a slow one, then yeah, then there you go. It doesn't, then I think you bought yourself some time. If it isn't and we start going fast in September and there's a lot of craziness, like I'm saying, you're going to want a plan, and you're going to want a plan you could stick with. And that is what we have been talking about this year a lot. Guild on the low. Interesting. Villeroy reduced balance sheet must be fair and shared by the entire nation. Long-term bonds. Well, they hit 5. They hit 5 this morning, and September is one of the worst months for bonds. So yeah, there's a lot of things stacking up. But again, a lot of things stacked up in August, and everybody else, everybody else was good. Yeah, bro, what the fuck, Texas? Yeah, Texas boys, they fucked you today. I don't know what the hell happened. We'll get it fixed, though. My bad. Into Chipotle, if you already bought into it? I think it depends on how the rest of your portfolio looks. So right now, like as far as what to add, what to build, you know, I would just make sure that, like, do you have a lot of growth? Do you have other food exposure? So I'm glad it's low. If you already bought in, this is your average, and now you could stack. So like I'm saying, I haven't bought into Chipotle. I probably would have waited, but you're at least buying better than not. So, but look at your plan. You got to have a plan that you could stick with, and look at what your portfolio is saying, your cash balance, all of that. Oh, dude, do you guys want to see something? Oh, I forgot to show you. Are you ready for this? Everybody long term bound. Are you guys ready? I have another deposit coming in. I know, it's disgusting, you guys. So yeah, remember we sold this account to get the farm that you guys were just at this weekend, some of you. But yeah, do you see it? So yeah, we have our second deposit. It hasn't loaded yet. So it paid off the margin debt. Now I got like 1,600 cash. We'll go to the other account too. But yeah, man. So just like I'm telling you, please do not delay. We talked about this a lot. So a lot of you bought homes last week. And like I'm telling you, just make sure, account for what you need for your home and be wise. I'm not trying to force you guys to, blow your money. This is all I'm saying. Be smart. And remember, the real way you're going to get a lot of wealth is both the home and the long term. And that's why you get the home. Just make sure you are rebuilding and stacking in this right away, right when you can. Whenever first available, that's when you want to do it. And just don't delay. Be aggressive about it, but not aggressive in what you choose. Like, be smart and wise in how you follow the same plan. Just like I'm saying, don't be timid, and don't be chilling too much. Because like you guys have watched it and you're already watching the deposits. You're watching the home, you're watching it. And that's where I'm saying, before you know it, it may seem like, oh, we did something and we did all, oh my, what? What? Oh, I forgot the peach! No! Oh, I get a peach too! Oh, I got. Bro, I almost missed that. I said, what? I saw the, dude, I was full on long term. Rain, I was like, dude, the long term, and then, oh, Bradley Frizzle. God bless you, brother. Good morning, Peach Nation. You know that, bro? On the internet and in real life, they be like the peach. They asked about Bradley Frizzle. Bro, imagine, do you know what they do, Bradley Frizzle? Bradley Frizzle, they look me in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? They've never seen me before. And then they look me in the eyes and they're like, have you ever met Bradley Frizzle? And I'm like, no. I said, I know the legend. I'm like, yeah, that's it. And then Tim Whitman too. Oh, dude, you guys are legends, bro. Living legends. Word on the street, bro. Good morning. A happy Monday, Tuesday. Bradley Frizzle. Oh, yeah, bro. They're like, you seen Bradley? I said, nah, man. That's one day we'll be blessed. One day. When we already got the consistency, baby. I say you better learn something. You better learn something from the peach. I hope so. Yeah, Boeing's still going up. Bam, Baba, again, other China names too. So yeah, man, get that long term. Bradley almost, I almost missed that. I can't believe it, Bradley. God bless. So yeah, and then here's the other long term. I was gonna say, bro, stack it up. Stack it up. Woo! Okay. The steaks were good. We bought too much. We didn't eat it all. And then, bro, I'm not gonna lie though, bro. I think what just happened this weekend, it started my grilling phase. I feel like every man at one point in his life goes through a grilling phase. Mine just started. Because after that, I was like, oh yeah, bro. I went back to the ranch. I went back and I got mad because we used all the burgers. I wanted to cook my girl some burgers. And I got there, bro, and I was like, oh, damn. We used all the burgers. I cooked the Wagyu. I made the Wagyu. So I finished the other Wagyu one, but no, I'm fully, bro. I'm in my grill phase now. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go buy some more. Everything I just bought that I liked, I'm gonna go buy it again, even without y'all, bro. I'm gonna make I got Wagyu. We had some fire burgers. But yeah, I like it a lot. I like the grill. I know how to do it. We had a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm fully in my grill phase. Pulte, big news coming. Lisa Cook received major news. I know, right? LT has a smoker. I feel like that's the next stage, naturally. You go from like grill phase to smoker, 100%. Yeah, you guys are already, you guys are advanced. You've already went through this phase, apparently. Do you guys want me to tell you the bad news? I can tell you the bad news if you want, or you could wait till the video. So it's up to you. But I see your comments. Grilled crab legs, MOH, more healthcare, Molina, UNH. I saw CNC. So yeah, healthcare XLV type plays are going up right now. Again, SPY's not doing bad. Once again, the high ticker is doing the ramp, and then you have EEM on the high as well too. Buffett says he is disappointed with Kraft-Heinz split. CNBC? Hot dog.
$100 million to implement
they're talking about it right now.
Additional overhead costs, and that it's going to take about a year to do so. So that's time that I guess in his view is wasted at that point. His words exactly to me were, it certainly didn't turn out to be a brilliant idea to put them together, but I don't think taking it apart will fix it. If you looked at the stock's performance over the last 10 years, you'd see a little bit of the pain that Berkshire's been in over this period of time, just over the last year. Yeah, you can see here, since the merger closed in 2015, stock's down by about 70%. It's been down about 20% over the course of this year, and it's down 3.5% this morning on this news. Now, this was a deal that Berkshire put together with 3G. At that point, they were very optimistic about what could be accomplished. They did squeeze out some of the overhead costs at that point. It looked like it was doing fairly well for a while, but it's been quite a while since that stock has had any sort of good performance on anything. Berkshire's people resigned from the board of Kraft-Heinz. They had two designated board members who resigned at, I guess, Warren Buffett and Greg Abel's suggestion at that point. Back on May 19th of this past year, I guess they saw kind of where things were headed, weren't really in favor of it, so decided they didn't want to have their people voting on something along those lines. But if you look at this again, Berkshire Hathaway is the largest shareholder by far, 27.5%. Berkshire has never sold or bought any stake. I think originally they were close to about 26%. Kraft-Heinz has bought in shares, and that's what's boosted its stock to about 27.5%. But if you look at the list of other big shareholders in this stock, you're going to see its Vanguard Group at about 8.6%. BlackRock Institutional has 4.3%. State Street has 3.9%. Geode has 2.2%. Invesco Capital Management with the triple Qs has about 2%. Even if you add up those next five shareholders, that only gets you to about 21% of the shares versus the 27.5% that Berkshire has owned. Now, obviously, it's been a long issue that Berkshire almost never is an active shareholder. They are passive shareholders. They don't like to get involved in this, but I guess this is a situation where that sort of passive investment has been taken advantage of to the extreme, to the point where even when they voice their opinions and say they're not in favor of something with a stake this big, they're getting ignored on this front. So again, it looks like Kraft-Heinz shares this morning down by just over 3.6%. But again, the largest shareholder, Berkshire Hathaway, is disappointed by this move to split those companies.
So that's lots of questions.
I'll give you
one I was
one.
going to ask is, so can they do anything further to fight against it?
I don't know.
If they don't want to see this happen.
No, I think part
I'll
of
let
what
him
they
finish. This one's actually
expressed
kind of
was
interesting.
the disappointment that there
But
won't
it
be a
relates to
shareholder
something
vote
I've
on
talked
this.
about.
I believe that Kraft-Heinz has held out the position that it is not something that they need to take a shareholder vote on, according to Delaware law. I don't know if there are New York Stock Exchange or other laws that would require them to do that. If you look at this,
Weber's
there's
a
not
shitty
another
stock.
annual meeting. I think their annual
So
meeting
I didn't.
is in
This
spring of next
conversation
year,
was me
maybe
sharing
April or
something
May.
wholesome, not
They
to
did
pump
say
a play, Doc.
this morning, Kraft-Heinz,
please.
that this would be a deal that they
Yeah.
anticipate closing in the second half of next
That is
year.
not-
so I
not
think there
good.
would be a shareholder meeting
Thank
that
you.
would take
You,
place before.
UNH and Humana
but that's
in
the big
tandem.
frustration.
Both of them,
I
same
think that
time.
There's not a shareholder vote that's being.
It's not as big, but check
Yeah,
Humana
the
too.
shareholders didn't get a say.
Yeah.
You know, I went back
It's
this
not even
morning
that big. It's
and
just
looked
XLV
at
and more
Buffett's
UNH.
comments to you a few years ago. he said, I was wrong in a couple ways on Kraft-Heinz. We overpaid for Kraft. It was sort of always a rare blemish, right, on the deal-making track record of Berkshire Hathaway and
yeah,
Warren Buffett.
This has not paid off well for them. I think they just took they wrote down the investment just in the last couple of months. They wrote down by several $1 billion that investment that they had made over this. They've been pretty clear that this was not something that panned out the way they thought it was going to. But if you look at that, since the merger closed, down 70%. So no, I think you can say that this is not something that's going to go on the positive side of their investments.
No, not a good one.
Becky, thanks.
Yeah.
Becky Quick watching KHC today. In the meantime, many of
I think the big concept at play is kind of what she was saying with like Buffett, where they're like, dude, even if they voice their opinion, even if they have such a big stake, the company's ignoring them. I think that's a modern thing. I don't know. Like I told you, bro, we have lived in the last 5 years. I've seen more companies like do dividend cuts that I never thought they would. We saw more people lose aristocracy. There's just like no honor to any, like, I don't know how to describe it. I think there is still honor, but it's definitely different. And like, bro, some of these boards, bro, they usually disrespect retail, and then they usually kind of respect their big shareholders. But I'm telling you, man, we've seen a lot of fallen angels and a lot of things of this effect of like company management just doing shit. Like, yeah, obviously they can do it, but for some of these higher quality companies or names that have had such a good history back in the day, they are just no honor in terms of holding it up. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I don't know. That was our realization a couple years ago in the middle of some of the bigger dividend cuts. I keep seeing that. Other than that, though, you're still 10 minutes? No, that's not 10 minutes away from the first hour. So we've heard a little bit. We're gonna get Trump at 2 p.m. And then the data wasn't bad. I mean, it was slightly lower, but it all kind of supports the theme of rate cuts. And then it doesn't show that the economy has moved too much yet, but that's why this week is important. You know, we're going to be on the lookout for the jobs. And if the jobs are lower, higher, that's going to tell you about economy and rate cut probabilities. And yeah, I put Pinduoduo up. They were moving ANET as well. I don't know, software. Who's the other one? Polyalty and all that. I don't think it will affect Pepsi. Yeah, Pepsi already gave up half of the gains. Again, they were up in the morning off the Elliott $4 billion shareholder. Or they took a stake. Those Capri plays held up, sadly. Nothing happened with there. There's one more. Oh, Biogen. Yeah, damn, Biogen actually went. I didn't like the options, though. Shouldn't they be afraid shareholders will sell? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's usually... And there's usually just been more like you have relationships with your big shareholders, and they usually care more and they wouldn't... I don't know. They used to go out of their way to not upset your big shareholders. But then again, companies go through tough times and they go through challenging scenarios, and that could be it. Cardinal, again, another healthcare. Iran. Okay, more China now. Like I said, Baba was first, and now the Baidus and the JDs is 0.5%. JD's going to go first. Pinduoduo just went green as well. So China's holding. Again, Bitcoin started red too, and then they started coming up. So that's kind of related, but not really. Dollar's still up on the day, but it's given up almost half of the strength in the morning. We've been able to rise up. NASDAQ still near 1%, but the Russell's only down 0.6 now. More Baba candles, bigger candle on Baba, 50 cents, almost $1. Wait, no, it is $1. Dollar pop on Baba. UNH keeps climbing along some of the other healthcares too. Yeah, MDT and then EW as well. Those are like the value medical device plays. Those are all part of it. And then XLV and Labu are doing very good today. There's Coinbase now. I haven't seen that one. Yeah, Coinbase up 1%. Just read not too long ago. Right, especially Buffett. I know, it's very weird, man. It's the disrespect is real. Let's Let's see, Berkshire. Berkshire's still not bad. Palantir, VS, and then Unity on the high. High ticker's still very active. It's not as active not too long ago, but the SPY's moving a little bit easier, believe it or not. Now, where are we at? Equal weight. Equal weight's down by 0.8. It's literally matched up with the SPY. Fascinating. So you got 40 points, 50 points to fill the gap. And then realistically, just everything's matched up. I can't even say today is like Mag 7 pulling you down or not, but let me check up. Let's see what we got, baby. Ooh, yeah. So again, you don't have like Mag 7 is all down. You don't have like a Mag 7 under or out performance, but Dow Jones only 10 names in the green, 20 in the red, so about 60% red. NASDAQ, 20 names in the green, 80 in the red. So 80% of the NASDAQ is in the red, NASDAQ 100. And then S&P, 114 green, and then 380-ish in the red. So about 60, 70% again. A little more there. So most of the day, we started off low, all the weekend headlines, all the waiver chip stuff in the morning as well, the tariffs, IEPA, you probably heard about it all. And then KHC still going lower. And then, yeah, we moved a little bit from open, but you had a bigger drop that disrupted the currencies and all that. Cardinal Health, MOH, and CNC, those are the smaller healthcare. We have received video proof that Lisa Cook declared primary residence is being rented out to 10. Video proof? How do you get video proof? Of what is, I'm so confused. If it's like a dash cam, I'm gonna laugh. You know what I'm saying? What if it's Lisa Cook driving and it's just dash cam? I'm like, how did you get that, Bill Polte? Why are you video proof? That's a wild video proof. That's amazing. Like, it has to be dash cam footage. JD now, another China. SPY coming down. What you should watch for is if China stays up. So watch right now. If we start to flush back to open, pay attention to what stays up. Listen, because like I'm telling you, gold is running all day. That was part of it, and the dollar. But like everything's moving in tandem right now. You don't have any lagger leader rotation except for really healthcare. But just see if we go back down to open with how a lot of things have moved right now. See what ends up staying higher. See if China stays up. See if dollar, silver, gold, all of those things. And then pay attention to even healthcare, or see if healthcare comes down with it. A couple of growth names are running like Palant and Coin and crypto. Like, look, Palantir's going green on these reds. That's an example of what I'm telling you right now. They sent someone to the house? Oh my gosh. Bro. Iran, that again, they're involved. I think I flipped my play on that one already, but yeah, that one just keeps going up and we keep hearing about it. Oh yeah, we have the JDs. Those are running. CNC as well. I have the China gamble plays. I kind of want to take them, but they have so much time. I bought 2 years on one of them. I don't know why. They were a penny or something. But yeah. Fuck. Oh, NVIDIA came. That's your problem, big dog. That's your problem. Pepsi to review Elliott's perspective within context to drive sustainable growth. They're responding. Baba, JD, DoorDash, and then again, more gold. That was part of the major theme this morning. Again, dollar moved surprisingly, but then the gold. Gold has been moving. Where is a Bobo? A Boeing? A Bobo? Wow, a Bradley. Glad to be back. Woo. All right, now I got to see this video. Video evidence of mortgage fraud. That's not... You don't have that happen every day. Why is the first thing I see Mark Cuban on my Twitter? That's so sad. My algorithm is judging me based on my sexual preferences. What does it think I am? That's a sidebar. Polte. You tagged me? Oh shit, new video. They edited it too? That's amazing. They edited it.
Cook has 3 homes. Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook has 3 homes and big troubles. She claimed to the banks that she lived at all of them, but real estate records show she listed 2 of them for rent. That's not legal. So Lisa must be living here in Ann Arbor at the 3rd house, right?
The door's dirty. There's a key lockbox right there. There's a white man at the dining room table. It's weird. I don't think she's married.
Hello?
How you doing?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. My name's Charlie. I'm a reporter. This house is in the news. I was wondering if Lisa Cook lives here, or do you rent?
Yeah, we're just waiting, so you'll have to...
I'm sorry?
We'll have to talk to you.
Okay, you just living here?
Yeah.
Okay, just renting?
No comment.
I'm sorry?
No comment.
We'll have to talk to the owner tonight.
Okay, the owner, would you have a contact?
Okay, you're kind of moving around.
Number.
Boeing as well, but...
Oh.
And Meta. First time.
Oh. We'll have to talk to the owner. They're just living here. Oh. Governor?
Governor?
Where do you live?
Where do you live? Yeah, man. MP Materials as well. Again, they started off a little slow this morning. Again, something just happened. I don't know if you guys realize. You're kind of moving around here. China's still going crazy, but a lot of red to greens are happening right now. Like I said, 80% of the market is in the red, so if you do keep moving up, you have a lot of juice that could be coming out. KHC still getting clapped. There's Ulta. It was weird. It was Meta and then China, I think. So yeah, Meta got a little bit of a pop there. That lifted Mag 7. And then Nvidia though. Nvidia's kind of holding you back. But then again, China's doing very great. As long as that holds. Kraft is still dumping, down 5. Pepsi got, they responded to Elliott. It moved up for a little bit, then dropped. Hot dog. Nuke, Palantir, and Ulta. All on the high, not to mention gold. Blech. And then silver, dude, crazy. COO, Baba. COO's on the low, kind of flushing, just started hitting. Oh, where's Disney? Disney's not. How about Netflix? I feel like Netflix doesn't get the Mag 7 love that it deserves. Okay, more crypto, Bitcoin, Coinbase, and all of them. Again, they started off really weak. BTC, iBit, Jazz is related to Biogen in a weird way. I know that they have some connection on that drug. I can't even believe it. Biogen kept moving. Usually it stays like pinned, but it moved 5 today. So yeah, more Bitcoin volume coming in right now. World Liberty waking it up. Nice. You're one more comment on that away from me thinking you're pumping it. Why? Because you haven't said anything else except World Liberty coin today. So you see why I put you on that other list, brother? And you said no? Oh, man. Oh, man. God, the Lord is watching you. Oh, don't apologize. Just don't do it. I'm not looking for apologies. Not looking for anything. Just the truth. I ran. That's up. That one again. I already flipped it, but that kept going. Football. Dude, I feel like I've been seeing football games on every TV. I thought it already started. Yeah, oil. It was just all this stuff. Again, Russia. There was a lot of stuff overseas and drama there. Not to mention just even the volatility. You know, again, and inflation and worry with other things and just even the economy. Remember, oil is linked to it. We have oil been pinned at the low end, which is good. But if it gets outside of that, then we will. I still think oil, the lifeblood of the economy, really, really relates and is important. Sometimes it gives false signals. We saw that in like 2022, 2021. Okay, more Baba, more Baba and commodities and Bitcoin. I mean, check the materials too, though. Some of them are kind of running, but they're all pretty deep red right now. INSM, Insmed, another pop here on bonds finally. Banks, Morgan Stanley. And then AXP, then there's Disney and a few other retailers now. TJX is in the green. Yeah, banks are kind of climbing up. And Nasdaq's 0.9, SPY 0.8. So Russell and Dow, which are doing good. They're down by 0.5 still, but they're better. Stocks could rally another 50% in 2 years. Bank of America says. Axios. Nice. Nice. So that's a good. All right, in the volatile, they did get double. I guess. Dude, fuck it, I'm down. DG. The premiums are just clapped on DG, but that's moving up there. And then Dollar Tree. You got the earnings coming up this week. $9,500 on the SPY by 2027. I do know. I just buy a long term in the real estate. I don't make the rules, habibi. But if they go, it'll go, you know. But yes, 9,500 S&P. TLN on the high. Oh, that's how I hit last time, though. Valant. Amazon and shared Prime shipping. Wait, what do you mean? Outside here, can I not send it to my other one? What? Feel back maker quantum to seek 3 billion valuation. Oh, where is Baba? Baba. We're still holding up pretty chill though. So again, the pre-market was pretty aggressive. You are still down near 1%. You got a couple things moving, but I feel like cash open, you've had more things on the high ticker than not. And any short interest. Baba. Oh, wait, I want to see something. Friday, I don't know. The PCE, we already got it, but non-farms is this Friday. But yeah, remember last week was PCE and that was in the morning. It wasn't, so I think it was like 0.1, or it was in line or something. I believe. But it was pretty much a non-event. Remember, that was what we waited for in the morning, got that little reaction, and it kind of stayed pinned. Kind of chilling. Dude, the high tickers, like I'm saying, cash open has been pretty active. You've had a lot of advancing. Mostly everything just gapped down. That gap down in the morning, all of the volatility and everybody getting ready. And then, yeah, so far though, 1 hour in, hour and 10 minutes. Let's see if it's changed anything else. But I do think you are very similar. Dow Jones, nope, 20 names red still. Nazi about 80% red. And the SPY 2, and then Take 2 on the high. There's a lot of names on the high. Most of the names on the high are red still. So Take 2 is actually in the green, but that's kind of been the problem here. UK, yeah, a lot of things in bonds. There was a lot of drama, the politics, the tariffs. I mean, people were even bringing up Waller. There was the AI stuff too, even government shutdown. There was a lot over the last couple days, so kind of threw us in this. You can't share Prime. I think it's saying like you can't use the free shipping to other addresses. You could only get free shipping to like one address, I think. Well, yeah, I was just saying the gap down there was a lot of reasons. This morning, there was a couple things from the tariffs and almost every factor, even China, the meeting with China, Russia, India. There was a lot of drama, and then people feeling a certain way about September, and then Europe going crazy as well, or the potential for it. So here we are. I know, I hope it doesn't do that. I use those package sending a lot. The other one, gold. Whoa, European bond sales top 49 billion in record-breaking day. What's the yield at? Yeah, because look, bonds and a lot of like gold, that's why gold is up. Not to mention even anticipating rate cuts. Because also think about, I'm telling you, a lot of people, we are expecting a weak jobs report on Friday. If it's really bad and gets a revised down like last time, you're going to solidify more rate cuts. So just think about gold. You have like Europeans affecting gold and rates, but also anticipation of a bad jobs report on Friday. Does that make sense? We'll talk about it on the watch list tonight, but you could kind of see it. And if you are understanding that volatility of Europe in the morning, like I'm saying, that is kind of factoring in, but it's not the full story. Don't you dare think that Europe is the only reason, for real. But there's a lot going on right now. But that you can notice gold and part of that, and just think though, it's not just Europe; it's the jobs on Friday. And if people have an anticipation, even after the ISM, the ISM, it's going to be weak. It's going to be a weak jobs report. So factor that in. And then now you have some global bond yields going crazy as we woke up hitting 5. Again, pull out TLT. This is the problem. You're back down to the day. You guys remember every time at the beginning of the year when we get here, everybody starts freaking out of nowhere? Come on, guys. It's funny. It's funny. It's hilarious because you've seen it all year. And I've made a watch list and I pointed out every single time in real time. You guys don't think that's weird? And then and what happens? Donald Trump and everyone's just going to start pulling shit out of their ass right now. Both Donald Trump and the people who want it to break. You see it every single time we get to this level, bro. So it's no coincidence. And as we start the month, you wake up and here we are. So yeah, and then global bond yields are also feeling it as we're getting into rate cuts. So yeah, exactly. You should be thinking, what is Trump and Buffett going to announce next? Or what narrative to crush the bonds right now? Maybe it's Europe. What's going to come next that could break it first? So yeah, nice little game of chicken that you are well aware of. I hope so if you've been locked in. Yes, WBA went private. You will get the remaining money after they sell the assets. So after they go through the court case and sell all the remaining assets, you are still entitled to equity. So depending on the results of that, you will get paid out. All right, you're right back down. CMPO. What is this? Compo Secure? It's mad illiquid, but it's only 0.5% now. If that could go 5, I'm down. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to play it. Too small. It's mad illiquid. CMPO. That's happening right now. 0.58. 1% on the first candle. So that's a big L on Walgreens. I don't know what you heard with what I just said, but it all depends on your positioning. We talked about it last week. If you bought early like I did, you got a bigger loss. But if you bought the second average down or the third one, you made money on it. And then what I just said means you're gonna get equity later. So you get 90% of it, 80% of it now, and then as they release the assets, you have more money coming your way. So I don't know how that's a loss, but I'm assuming you're talking about something else. Space Command to Alabama. I think open is dog shit. But if you asked me earlier, if you ask me when it's early and I say it's dog shit, you might have an opportunity to make money on it. So I still think it's dog shit, but I thought it was dog shit here. But I thought it was dog shit here, 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 still dog shit, here, still dog shit, here, dog shit, dog shit, dog shit, still dog shit. So, like I'm saying, if you ask me at an earlier time, there might be more, but I don't know how it's gonna play. Yeah, it's like the hymns rule, essentially. Exactly. We're gonna make a dog shit portfolio one day. If you ask me about it and I hate it, and it's just because I'm really early all the damn time. So even with the dog shit, so yeah, that way we can make one, and we're gonna start buying the dog shit ones. But yeah, anything speculative after that, like dude, you're late on it. So do whatever you need to, but that's just not the same long-term opportunities that we've been discussing. time. All right. SPY coming down and gold. I don't like it. I'm telling you, the gold, the bonds, everything's kind of at a danger zone, bro. You got bonds right at the cusp. You have gold breaking out to a new record with all the other commodities, and the dollar's still up. So, yeah, you're not starting off that good. CRM can't move big, yeah. CRM is just like kind of been one of those like meta where it's in like it's either going to recover a lot or they're going to spend too much and just die. That's why like at some point it did the meta rally and then they kind of failed the recovery. But it's not a guaranteed mover, but it has that potential for sure. The Baba China ones. Oh shit. Dog, the cheap ones went up. Oh fuck. Yeah, you guys remember on Friday those out the monies? And I was like, bro, they won't move. So at 6%, 8% move on Friday, they didn't move. 1% move today, they doubled. So yeah, all the out of the monies, it's just on the bid and ask, but there's a good bid on there. So I'm not saying buy them or do anything. I'm just calling out I'm noticing out of the money premiums on certain assets are rising, and they're doing a different movement than they did on Friday. Yeah, gold is insane. Like low key, it's subtle, but then when you pair it up with where the bonds are at and kind of, it's a little bumpy right now. Welcome to September. France, that's part of it, and that's why everyone keeps asking about it, and I'm just anything that moves the dollar. So that's where the France situation will come into play. But then again, European bond yields in UK, they're blowing out right now, kind of like a mini Liz Truss. Now, I wouldn't say the same scale, but if you want an idea of other times where European bond yields kind of spilled over to us, that's the early sign of it was this morning, and that's where everybody's kind of reacting. But there's a lot of factors, and like I'm saying, there's people also forecasting a weak jobs report on Friday. So that also plays into the dollar and currency moves and gold. So there's a couple at play right now. And then you even have a couple of staples in healthcare still doing good, but everything has came back to about 1%. Russell and Dow now, they were just down by 0.5, now 0.9, 0.8. NASDAQ down 1.3 and SPY down 1.1. I think equal weight is matched up perfectly with the SPY. Yeah, equal weight's doing a little better now. So you might have more drag out of NVIDIA. Oh, Colorado Springs could get clapped with Space Command moving. Oh, I didn't think about that. Interesting. Utilities on the high. They're about to go green. They're still in the red. I with my bond back in. Man, when did that's all came out like 12 years ago. GE Healthcare says they received 510K clearance from FDA for its Revolution Vibe CT system. Google on the low now, so watch out. We're back to opening candle now, and that was a bad opening candle. I mean, we were as low as 1.8 on the Nasdaq today. You're back down to 1.4, and you got a couple of other things moving down. Wow, you're on escrow? No, Trump. Well, that's why. Is it a good deal on the home? That's why I keep saying I told all the guys there this weekend, imagine being with me in person, face to face in front of the fire, a literal fire. And we're talking and I'm telling them, but I did tell them, I'm like, dude, I don't think real estate is going to be bulletproof. It is going to be dependent upon areas and all of that. But if you make sure that you're not overpaying and you protect yourself off the buy, even if you go through something like that, you should be good. But that's why I'm saying, some areas you don't want to be so high, because if anything happens in real estate, you don't want that 10% to go against you. You want that 10, 20% to be in your favor. So even if something bad happens, you buy it on a good price. Even if it comes down, you're not going to be underwater. That's the ideal. That's what I'm saying. Even the property I bought, I'm worried about it to a degree. You know, anything. I'm even thinking when they cut rates, that's not always a good thing, because sometimes it can mean something else. But as long as you are getting your money off the buy and getting you some cushion, that's how you're going to defend against it. Like a recession, yes. Or just Donald Trump fucking everything up, or it's going to be really good. Or everybody trying to fuck up Donald Trump, they take everybody down with it. Or again, you just can't stop another $4 trillion and then it keeps going crazy. So like I said, from the beginning of the year till now, I pretty much have I think it's either going to be a golden year and it's going to be amazing, or it'll be a disaster. Yeah, bro. So guess what, you guys? All my Texas people on stream alerts, you guys, you might have to wait for a little bit. Dude, there's a new law. So there is a new law. That's why you guys are getting clapped today. So we have to do a couple more steps. We have to register some things. The provider, it's not even me. So that's why it's like, yeah, we can't I got to do something else. Texas is going to be out for a couple days. That's crazy. I didn't know they did that. If you have a non-Texas number, that might be that's the only way we could get around it in the meantime. Or you could just wait. You're going to have to give me some time I have to literally send a lawyer. I did not know this. Yeah, there's a new Texas Senate Bill 140. That's the new legislation. Came into effect September 1st. Yeah. So that's just too risky if it falls under telemarketing. Even if we're not, they didn't want to take the risk, so we can't send the messages. Amen, baby. Amen. Oh, that sucks. Damn. So all of you guys, even on the long-term alerts. Oh. Yeah, we have to put up a bond. But I don't even know if I can. I might have to go do something else. Because if the provider doesn't want to do it, then I can't make them. Pay the plug, baby. Thank you, my friend. But yeah, we'll get it fixed. Elevance on the high. But yeah, like I was saying though, real estate, even the recession, but some of it too, I feel like some of y'all have been looking for a recession for 5 years, no? So unfortunately, I just think the economy is the same as Joe Biden. So even under Joe Biden, it got pretty weak, but there was just so much money floating around. So this time it's just been 5 years. So we're either going to find out whether or not, in the next, I think even coming into next year, we're going to see how some things play. Oh, dude, government shutdown too. That was the other part of today. And even some of the issues with the bonds. Today's not for long-term alerts. We just had an issue with stream alerts, and it will affect the long-term alerts, but we're not fielding any support for long-term alerts right now. You put up a verse in the morning, it's the same one as the Bible, bro. The Spirit is speaking, dog. Listen, amen. I love it when that happens. Yeah, don't miss. That sucks though. Texas, Tejas. That's it. You guys just might have to come to the farm then, and I'll give you a Cali. I'll give you a Cali phone, a Cali Colt phone. Trump says it's gonna be at 2 p.m. But like I'm saying though, like I saw the tinfoil, but I'm like, if he was really like sick, why wouldn't they just hide him? I'm telling you, bro. I have to stop myself. I'm like, no way. Are we really having more of a freak out over Donald Trump's health? And people like talking about it more than Joe Biden? Does that make sense? I don't know how to... That's for some of you that should make sense right away. I'm sure others I'll have to explain a little bit more, but like, does that make sense? Like, believe, because I saw it. I had to stop myself. I was like interested. I was like, oh my gosh. And even last week we were looking for the hand and all that. But then I'm like looking and I'm like, and I saw this thing. It had like 32 threads about it. It was like this huge thing on why he was this or that. But then I caught myself and I'm like, wait a minute. There's no way I could seriously be more concerned with before the other guy. There's no way the world is actually like, so yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if he genuinely was sick, I think the Republicans would want to maintain control. Y'all are tripping. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? You really think if Donald Trump, you think they really would give it like, no. So I think they would just hide him. And I think you can hide him and still run the country. I've seen it with my own eyes. So yeah, here we are. So I don't know. I don't take it serious. I was for a little bit and I was like, oh my gosh, but I don't know. I had a realization and I was like, I can't genuinely be concerned about Donald Trump's health right now. I just really can't. I pray for the dude and I'm sure he might be tired or something, but at the end of the day, I'm like, are you guys for real? Like, do you realize what you were saying? You guys are watching this guy every day. He's moving around. He could do full sentences, conversations. And then the guy who's like literally dying in front of you, it took 3.5 years to be like, yo, maybe he can't talk, you guys. Oh, and so I don't know. Something about it. Mm-hmm. TEM. So yeah, but that was one of the weekend things too. But he has 2 p.m. Somebody said it earlier. He might make it the Department of War announcement. That would make sense. I know it's like the thing, but like I want to just take a step back. Like that's what I'm saying. Like think about information, behavior, and how it produces a reaction. Again, repetition rewires reality. Woo! If you were at the farm, you heard that a lot this weekend. But it's like, dude, all I'm just saying is just think about how like stimulus, conclusion, or premise, conclusion, and then what has led to your worry. And that all I'm saying is just like naturally, it doesn't make sense to me that with the stimulus I have to be worried about the man's health. Because then if you use the same stimulus, then if you look back at other situations, it's weird to see that, like, again, en masse, you had more people genuinely not worried and denying the other man's health. Cheap fake, yeah. I know, but you're the one who said the comment, so it's ironic that you're even bringing that up. Because, like, you're like, is he dying? I'm like, dude, it's a weird worry to have. Like, I'm usually not worried about the guy moving around. I'm not worried about the guy, even if he has something on his hand. I'm not worried about the guy talking and doing stuff and I'm more worried about the guy who is not really present. But that's why it's funny that, you know, a lot of people in society right now they're applying the wrong stimulus to get the same conclusion, or the wrong premise. You just don't have the same evidence. So that's why I think it's fascinating. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I hope he's okay. I don't think anything's wrong, but as I, you know, was looking at how I thought, and I'm like, why would I think that way? Why would I think he's in danger? Just like, that's. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm different. We'll see. We'll find out. Mm-hmm. Lisa Cook get cooked. Oh, we had one in so every time Chads would go in the G-Wagon, I guess I'm used to it. I didn't realize it. But like in the G-Wagon, when you turn the car, like when you turn the wheel, the seats move with you. So the seats like grab you and they move side to side. So if you're not used to it, it feels really weird. And one of them was like, it's touching me. It's inappropriate. It's touching me. And yeah, we named the car Jeffrey Epseat. So yeah, I don't know. That was our Tim pun that we had this weekend. Yeah, Jeffrey Epseat. Because it was. I didn't realize. Every person who sat down and they would trip out, and I was like, what? And they're like, who's touching me? I was like, no one's touching you. And yeah, here we are, Jeffrey Epseat. G Diddy wagon. PPC. All right, you're still right at open. Again, we had that little flip there, and gold is going up. Seems they're juxtaposing Biden's health. It is. And let me put it this way. If the same people told me he was healthy 4 years ago, I'm not going to believe anybody who tells me someone's sick right now. I'm going to use my own judgment about it, you know? And like I'm saying, I think if he really was a concern, just keep in mind, I don't think they're going to, they don't want, Donald Trump has a lot of power, especially right now, and a lot of momentum. I don't think they're going to just, even with death, I don't think they're going to give that up as easy. I mean, dude, they fucking hid RBG for how long too, bro? Don't even get me started. I know too much history, brother. So yeah, at the end of the day, I think they'll hide him before they're actually like, yeah. So, or he'll randomly you'll stop seeing him in all of these things. What about The Rock? I think he just started hanging out with Mark Cuban. That's it. So I'm not too concerned about him or what he is cooking. So it's okay. But you know, the president though, I thought that was interesting this weekend. But on that note, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. God bless America. Hope you're having a good day.
March and April front loading in terms of activity, then May and June a bit of a dip and a bit of a slump in the data, perhaps already some sort of signs of reversal of front loading that lots of people were expecting only towards the second half of this year. But now, really, since the end of June and the beginning of July, a lot of these indicators, whether that is on the labor market, whether that's in consumption, whether that's in manufacturing, a lot of those high frequency indicators are actually starting to show some signs of pickup. And let's face it, we started the second half of the year with a very strong consensus of economists saying there's going to be a very strong deceleration of growth. H1 wasn't strong. Tariffs were much worse than people thought. We were just sort of stuck a little bit in terms of front-loading activities. So that means perhaps we had artificially high growth in H1, but the payback will come in H2. So therefore, the expectations in H2 are actually really low. That creates a consistently low bar to beat, and that still actually argues, I think, for a further broadening out of the rally away from AI, away from tech. Doesn't mean that we're going to see, tech and AI stocks down 20%. No, but I do think that other sectors, more economically sensitive sectors, really can start to participate now.
Right. That said, some of the high-frequency survey work you mentioned, ISM today, is a good example. I mean, that employment metric is not that great. And we're looking, consensus for Friday, I think, is in the low 70s. And every month this year has been revised lower. B of A today argues a good chance that July gets revised lower as well.
Yeah, look, I think on the labor market data, particularly on the official ones, it's incredibly tricky right now because we just don't really know precisely where the break-even payroll number is, given the strong reversal in immigration flows since the start of the year. So perhaps, perhaps the break-even payroll number is already, comfortably below 50,000, given that actually the unemployment rate in the last 3 months hasn't really changed. And we've seen the 3-month average payroll growth only at 35,000. So maybe we are already below 50K. And that would suggest, look, even if we get a payroll number of like 50, 60, 70K, that already might be enough to not only have the unemployment rate unchanged, but maybe even a couple basis points lower. So we don't need, given the reversal of immigration flows, we don't need the sort of 150, 200, 250K payrolls. That's probably impossible to see that right now. Even already a quite low number is already enough to keep the unemployment rate pretty steady or even lower. And let's face it, that's what Powell's looking at. Powell's not looking at, the ins and outs of private payrolls, manufacturing or whatever. He's looking at the unemployment rate. He's made it pretty clear.
I just went in on Elon again on Twitter. So if you're going to think I went too far or anything, just unfollow me on every platform, okay? Now, you're not a real Chad in that sense. I don't want your fear to rub off on me. So, do your thing. But, yeah, Elon, you know better, Elon. I love you, Elon. I want Elon to do good, but he needs the correction and forgiveness. Good standard. High standard, and then a standard like a hippie. That's from the video. Amen. But yeah. And then the jobs report, I hope you guys are listening because you guys realize, I said it earlier, and I forgot about the government shutdown because that's another thing on top of Europe, and like the whole time gold keeps running. So just keep in mind that people are forecasting a weak jobs number, and just remember that big revision down was really bad. So you gotta watch out for that. Because if we get that again, I mean, that says a lot, and that will be another big surpriser. If we get 2 gigantic revisions down, and then it's like lower, yeah, that's not gonna be good. So keep in mind, Friday, you'll get the jolts tomorrow and a couple of other ones, but it's all gonna come down to Friday. Even the last, several jobs numbers, you get a lot of other ones that come out, like ahead of it, ADP and private payrolls, but it doesn't hit the same. Oh, and then did you guys see the propaganda leak? I love it, bro. That's why. The more we talk about it, we could bring it to reality. That's why, man. Speak the truth, brothers. Remember I told you I was going to start retweeting all the propaganda accounts to show you? Did you not see what happened over the weekend on Twitter? There was all the crypto Twitter bots, or the crypto influencers, they got leaked. And everybody found out their wallets, how much money they had, and how much they were getting paid per post. So anytime you see those Twitter accounts like Trenches, my Telegram, all of them, bro. They're all just a huge, crazy network of propaganda. And two, they don't even have that much money, if you looked. So, you know, to put it into context, the long term that we turned into a crib, that would have been the top 3 of all of them. So, you know, get a long term, bro. Save 10% and don't get caught up in that nonsense. And like I'm telling you, man, if you really are taking some of this, you know, dog shit seriously on, like, you know, and they're like, you can't get a house, you can't do that. Don't listen to it, man. Don't listen to it. You know who I had the conversation with? I had the conversation with my girl and my mom, and they were trying to tell me too. They're like, no, it's a little challenging. And I said, no. And I showed them an example. I showed them a San Diego example because I'm about to buy another one. I want one to show with the small account. Dude, it's like, we're talking 20K down, and it's going to be the $300 more than the average rent in San Diego to buy a home. So and that's why. And then my mom's like, wow. It's so weird. You hear it and it's so easy to believe. Because if you believe it without actually checking and trying, you might find the reality. You know, sometimes little bits of truth match up, but for the most part, man, yeah, it's very, very possible and practical. Yeah, but there's a lot of the... I'll try to find more of them and retweet them, but yeah, even this weekend, you know, somebody did the work for me. And they leaked a lot of, they showed the wallets, how they would get paid per post. It's crazy, bro. Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, I played it earlier. I forgot to play it on Friday. Oh, dude, we had to meet up and I had to get out early, but happy birthday to young Legal, bro. Baby Legal. 1 year old. That's exciting, man. I know he got a long term too. That's crazy, bro. God bless y'all, man. You know, getting a long term for your kids, it's crazy. I didn't have one. So imagine that. Imagine that. It's mini legal. Legal, son. All right, man, you're back. It's crazy you spent like 30 minutes kind of in this range. You're about 15 minutes shy of Euro. I mean, you could trust things. You just have to go through, like, accurate thought and clarity. And that's it. That's all I have been trying to highlight this to you guys, is that just a lot of people, I would say 99% or 90%, 1 out of every 10, ZW or ZSPD in Palo Alto. What is this? Hacked? Uh-oh. It's not going down yet, but check Zscaler. You guys know how the hacks go. It's either going to be really big or not. In Salesforce data breach. But no, like I'm saying, it's just like, I'd say 9 out of every 10 in this game, and even in a lot of other industries, it's just like, people are telling you stuff because they're paid to do it. Do you guys not realize that? That's what I'm telling you. When I hear some of the logic and I'm like, that's so dumb. It's the stupidest shit ever. And guess what? People aren't that dumb. I think all of you are really smart. I've seen it. Even if you're a hater, I've seen it. Even if you're a liberal, you guys are not dumb people. That's why if you believe this shit, it's like, people, the only way you could be that dumb is if you're getting paid for it. And that's what you guys just got to realize. That's why the little pumps, the plays, the info, people are getting paid. Why do you hear so much about dog shit tokens? There's an incentive. So that's it. Especially if it's like dumb and popular, you're like, what? The only way you could be that dumb is if you're getting compensated. That's it. And that's what starts it. And they're saying, oh, dude, that is what that leak showed. And a lot of that crypto shit, especially the trenches, you'll never buy a home. These guys are getting paid for these ideas. They are getting paid to tell you it. So at the end of the day, I could be wrong. I'm not perfect. I have my biases and I have my good and bad. But, you know, I am not paid to say what I'm saying. You guys support me and you guys get your memberships and other stuff. But as you see with my behavior, I mean, we have built this on. I just want to be honest and clear with you and everybody. And my ideas and opinions and thoughts are not being motivated by a paycheck, a sponsor, or something I haven't told you about. And I think it's obvious because of what I tell you and the results, and it should be reasonable. And I don't think I'm trying to stretch your thought in your mind, to ideas that are like what and not good for you. And I'm not, because I'm not getting paid. The only thing I've given that's crazy is what? Bible and believe in yourself, and no one pays me to tell you that. So yeah, man, I think we're gonna find more. Like I said, I'll retweet, and I look forward to more of a collective realization. Like I said, I think most of you guys are even smart people, and that's why I encourage you to just understand, a lot of stuff on the internet, especially when it comes down to personal finance and, influencing actions, dictating your next move. Don't underestimate how many people are being compensated to tell you an idea. NVIDIA flushing, and then Rigetti. So Quantum, but then Google was starting it. You just had that news of a hack, no real reaction, but yeah, get ready, it's about to flush. That's it. You got big tech and NVIDIA moving down, SPY near the low of the day. You're like 5-6 points off. Damn, back to 63. So yeah, you'll fill that gap. You filled that this morning. I think that's the only gap you haven't filled. 62.34. Woo. No, Pfizer, like I said, I bought Pfizer, and then I told you when to stop buying it, or like I said, we're waiting for buybacks and other things. But yeah, I would say more like, I don't know, companies that don't make any money. Every quantum play. HWH, I've seen this, that's a small cap. But really, a lot of the crypto shit, that's at least what the first one highlighted. Or again, that you'll never buy a home. It's impossible. What else? Or again, the easy one this year was tariffs. There was a lot of false information on tariffs, and I was saying it in the beginning, like, I think a lot of they knew better, who were smarter, but they probably had a different incentive. Target, it definitely looks attractive here. It's better than at 107, but their earnings wasn't good. I'm probably going to wait till the lower end. I'm still stacking up cash, but it's on my list. If you have no other exposure, and depending on your cash, you could look into that. All right, well, get ready here. If you get Google, NVIDIA, any other Mag 7, even like an Apple, Amazon, you're going to flush. And then there's a lot of room till the next gap. Otherwise, we're just going to play the normal levels. KHC's on the low. With all this going on, I'd let the dust settle. It's definitely getting more attractive, but that thing hasn't done anything in like 10 years. So I see the value, but even then, that's been one of even Buffett's worst values. So right now with the whole split news and everything playing out, I'd give it some time. MSTR, now it's only like small caps and shit on the high, and then Bitcoin. Sport chilling. Google, really? Google's down 3. That's not small. But yeah, there is a lot of 20-year-olds. That's what I'm saying, bro. And there's a lot of propaganda targeted at the young guys. But then let me just tell you this, man. I met a young guy this week, 24 years old. He came to the farm. And guess what? He owns 2 houses. Are you ready for the best part of this story? His second house, he rents it out to his boss. Fucking love this kid, dude. Oh, dude, you have no idea. I love him. I love David, bro. Yeah. So like what I'm trying to tell you is that, and you could ask him, seemed like he listened to good things over the last couple of years, and he just did not listen to the propaganda. That's it. He worked the job, dude. He worked cleaning dishes. He was a dishwasher, and he still works at the restaurant. He's a young guy, and he got 2 houses, and now his second house, he's literally renting it to his boss. So like I'm saying though, like if you're younger and you have been listening to the exact opposite, dude, I don't blame you guys. I really don't. I'm really trying to help you, and I'm learning more and more, bro. I love it. But it's like, for real, dude, like if you have only been listening to you can't, it's impossible, and then you run a couple of scenarios and you're like, oh yeah, it's impossible, because you're just checking really quickly and you're not really giving it a serious thought like it's possible, and you've only listened to things telling you no, or then you get into stocks and don't even realize the other propaganda and what's pulling you to the gambling and the other thing. They're like, look, you only should take risk. You only should take risk because you'll never get it. That's all fake, dude. That's all fake. It's fake, bro. It's faker than silicon. I don't know. Like, have you ever seen a girl, bro, and you be like, that's fake? That's exactly what this whole real estate is. Fake, dude. This is some fake shit. Like, for real. Like, it's genuinely getting concerning how bad it is now. But like I'm saying, I could understand why people never checked, or why they didn't look into it, if that's what you've been hearing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but like, you could ask him. He just heard something different. And I think he listened and he heard and he was excited and he got the spark and he was willing to. So, yeah, man. I know, and I'm glad. I'm very grateful that you guys got your homes, and I'm glad to have that influence, and that's what I'm saying. Like, young guys, you're not too far behind, bro. All of you, every single one of you, whether it's one of them, 2 of them, it don't matter. You're closer than you think, and guess what? The man who says I'm going to do it will get it, especially in this group right here. And if you're willing to save and take the right steps, I think every single person can get it. So yeah, man, young guys, it's propaganda. Listen, I don't care how old you are, even if you haven't got it. That's the beauty. But if you never got it, I don't know where the mindset's at, but you do need to start telling yourself you're gonna do it. If you really want it. That's all I'm saying. If you really want it, and it's a very viable possible goal. And as long as you make it a goal and priority, we will get it. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind. And we'll do it in like I'm saying, in a safe manner. And that's what I'm gonna tell you here next, because just don't rush it. It don't matter. It does not. I want a good deal. And if you haven't got your house yet, I need you looking, and I need you locked in, and I need you aware and saving and ready to go. But like we just talked about, you need to make sure you're not overpaying and getting it at a good price. But I don't want rushing, and I don't want timidness. I don't want rushing, and I don't want people doing nothing. So that's where we got to find the nice balance of progress and working towards it. You don't want to be dumb, and you don't want to definitely do nothing, and don't be discouraged and sit there thinking you're never going to get anything, because you will. But again, it takes a little bit of effort, a lot actually, but as long as you don't rush it, you're gonna be golden, my friend. Yeah, no apathy, no hard mode, cruise. It's a nice balance, bro, for real. It's not, you'll never get it. That's so dramatic, dude. I'll never, that's apathy. And then like, it's so impossible or it's so easy. No, like, you're gonna have to do some work. So find the nice middle, man. Find the middle ground. It'll serve you. Mexico President Sheinbaum to meet Secretary of State Rubio September 3rd, 10 a.m. local time. And Breyer, Brazil, related to it, planes. No headline, just moving. Core weave on the low. You're just right into the lower candle of this morning. No bad, Habibi. Is it? Yeah, we got 2 minutes till Euro close. Good call out. I'm usually like an hour early or late on holidays. Or the day after. Yeah, 28 million's not, that's a lot, actually. I mean, it's a fat gap down, bro. You could kind of see it if I turn off VWAP. You know, it's not too often we get these little gaps here, right? You had one on the beginning of August, actually. So look, the last time we had that little gap was August 1st. And then, like, end of May. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You started off, good morning, pretty bearish with a lot of factors. But even then, this week, yeah, dude, Ulta since last week has been mind-blowingly just ripping apart every high. It's been killing it, man. Their earnings was good. So yeah. Oh no, I guess it came down, but it was, I feel like from here, I've been thinking from July. No, it's been very good. I wish I bought it though. That was one of my growth names, but it wouldn't go below 330. I really thought we would get it there. Below that. Pepsi's dropping, silver on the high, gold's still been going too. If we talk in plays, I think it's gonna be exciting, dude. September. What I'm saying, historically, this is just where shit goes down. You got not like down bearish, but like just going down. Meet me in the mall, like that type of going down, you know. But it's like it could go both ways. So if it's nothing, then great. We're gonna be towards the end of the year. But if it is good, then you know, or if it is bad, then yeah, we'll get a lot of volatility. Dell is also oversold, and they've raised their. How did that come up? I don't know where that fit into our conversation, but yeah, I just don't like Dell though, because you could have bought it a while. Yeah, Dell was dead, bro. Dell, nobody wanted Dell till recently, so unfortunately, I can't buy a $20 stock at 120. I still think they're doing great with the AI and the NVIDIA partnership. Oh, I forgot to tell them at the farm. I'll just tell you guys now. You want me to tell you my tinfoil? I have the craziest tinfoil. It's not even tin. I think it's real. It's a hot take and it's going to piss everybody off. But it's so true. Oh, it's so true. I don't know if you guys are ready. Are you ready for it? Are you sure? I'm biased. I'm hella biased because I picked the right one. So. Alright, I'll tell you. Here it is. There's no NVIDIA without Meta. So that's it. So long story short, whenever Meta stops spending money, I think NVIDIA bubble collapses. Or if Meta gets fucked, NVIDIA gets fucked. Long story short, you could track the whole AI start to finish from Meta. That's it. We're just idiots. All of us and the stock market. Because we were all mad at Mark Zuckerberg spending money. And that's how we got it at 90. I was pissed as an early shareholder. And then think about it. All he did was just keep buying fucking chips. He is the 20%, 25% customer. That's it. That's all. All the AI CapEx bubble is just literally Mark Zuckerberg again. And then everybody fucking bandwagoned as they were like, oh shit, we could 7x our stock. So yeah, I don't think, that he's the printer. Think about it. You already watched him spend a bunch of money uselessly in mass. This time he just gave it to NVIDIA, and then they got billions and billions of dollars from NVIDIA or from Meta. And then there you go. And then if Meta ever does bad, or if Meta ever, not everyone is just Meta, then there you go. That'll be it. So So yeah, I think you could track the whole Nvidia start to finish. Even now, if you don't know if it's going to end, just wait till Meta stops spending. And that's it. Or if people get mad at Zuckerberg for spending money, then Nvidia is going to lose a big client. But it's a circle jerk starting with Zuckerberg. That's like literally. Again, we bought Meta first, and then I was going to get Nvidia, and then I'm like, oh, damn. And then you see how it played out. But it's just like at the core of it, this is the CapEx and all. But it starts with Zuckerberg, and Zuckerberg is very unique for spending how he does and how he is. So yeah, here we are. That's my take. We'll see how it plays out. And then you are going lower now. LAR Robo Consulting up 90. Wheat stocks, damn, it came down a little bit. Newsome crypto coin, nice. Fucking Gavin. Fig. DTM. Dude, silver. Hi. JD. We had a lot of news. I don't think it was all really bad, but there's a lot of things this morning. From tariffs to overseas to bond yields to dollar, all the way down to even people already expecting Friday. So no, there's just a ton of shit this morning, man. Welcome to September. We did the same thing at the beginning of August when I went back and looked. You had a similar gap down to start off the month and a lot of pressure after everybody feeling a certain way at all-time highs. So I wouldn't call it serious just yet. It's definitely a big move, but we have a lot of ways September could turn. And then once again, I mean, if you haven't noticed, this is one of them. We're back at the bond level. So SPY's going lower. Just remember, anytime bond yields have gotten here, it's threatened to rally a little bit. So once again, you are playing that game with TLT. And there it is, SPY finally breaking. Nvidia's leading the way down. So NASDAQ's doing a little better though. So last time in the morning we were hitting a low. NASDAQ was down 1.8. You're down 1.7. So not too bad. And now this time it's even bringing down some of the commodities. They're getting a little bit more risk off here. Yeah, equal weight 1-1. Still about quarter point gap between the two. Bitcoin. MO is on the high. All right, interesting. They were down earlier. Yeah, value. Trying to come back up. I think they are front running the jobs a little bit. But then there's a lot. Because again, the yields, you have yield pressure on both sides, America side and European side. That's the part that makes it a little tricky. Five-year CDS rises to highest since late May. Oh yeah, and Japan. You have everywhere. That's what I'm saying. It's a very interesting day today. That's why I was like, you could look at all the headlines and you could look at everything you want, but like I'm also saying too, this helped you at the beginning of the year. Just pull this shit out, And look at TLT. Every time, bro. Every single time. Just match it up with the chart. You'll see what I'm talking about. I think you remember these moments. See, you freaked out a little bit here last time, then the bonds get out of it. Look at last time here, the bonds do it, we fuck up. Last time the bonds were here, that was another one, and then here in the beginning of the year. Every single time, bro. I've documented this very clearly. And we make our joke. Howard! We make our joke about it. There's a fucking joke about it. So, it's literally every time this year the bonds have gotten to that pressure area. It does, yeah, there's other things happening, but like clearly that's an issue. So, yeah, man. Howard, are you gonna, let's get Scott. Where is he? Is he with Cindy Lou Who? Get him, get Scott.
Oh, yes, well, Donald, I don't know what to say. Good, Donald, good. Thank you, I'm glad to be here. Thank you. Well, we can't return the tariff money. It's spent. Sorry. But Lisa Cook lied. I know.
Oil on the high. Yeah, oil's hitting a new high of the day. No. I thought it was on a multi-day. Oh, that was supposed to be Scott. I think. I tried. Dude, do you know what voice I was doing the other day? I tried it. I need to work on it. Let me see if I can find the sample clip. Oh, where's homeboy, dude? Oh, I didn't save it? No. Here, hold on. No. Okay, ready?
Why dangerous? Because it's the alternative to weak.
Because it's the alternative.
And weak is not good.
Then weak is not good.
That implies.
It sounded so much better yesterday, bro. I heard a Jordan Peterson clip, and then I started like, oh man, to hurt somebody, you gotta be articulate. I get better. I'd get better at it. I tell you, you got to be articulate. How could you? How could you not? It doesn't mean you should use it. And keep them chiefly. That's a way better way of thinking of it. That sounded way too much like a leprechaun. All right, we're going lower. Oil's ripping. I thought you needed to hear that. Body. Yeah, I gotta get the leprechaun out of there, and then we'll be good. I don't know why oil's going vertical now, but today has been a day of all these, again, commodities and everything else kind of popping off here a little bit. And it's just that volatility, bonds at the danger zone. Yeah, you got everything working against you today, for the most part. You got to be articulate. That's what you got to be articulate. I had MO up because staples were climbing. You're back to 1.8 on the Nazi. And then NVIDIA is not helping at all, let alone Google's bad too, bro. And bro, you got every Mag 7 down 3. So honestly, there's something holding you up pretty decently, or just Apple and Microsoft are not down as much, or Meta. Ulta just killed it. A post-earnings reaction, man. That range has been wild, because I thought it was way higher and moving, and I just pulled up to daily, but I think it's literally had like a $70 range in the last couple of days. So it is post-earnings for sure. Dollar is up. It's been selling off from the morning. But you knew that. Okay, now big. What was the other one? Core Weave. Yeah, bro, they're all murdered. Some of the like less mag 7 are down like 10 to 7. And then the ones that are like mag 7 are like max 3. 3.9, which is still a lot. Where's Baba? Baba, China's still holding up. Oh, U.S. Treasury cracks down on Iranian oil smuggling and evasions in Iraq. I think that's why you had the oil move. And then Europe is now like closed, settled almost. Give it like 2 more minutes. So yeah, see, we're either going to flush a little bit more and it's over, or otherwise, like, this is your Euro move. Euro close was at the low, flush to a new one, and then, yeah, we'll see if the Americans got enough juice. But 63.66. Yeah, I mean, next level will be like 63.52. Oh, and then you have that one, 63.41. I think you'll fill it. I mean, it's 20 points, dude. Or 62 is the other one. A little further out. Yeah, target. I would say it's a little higher up on the list, but let it hit a new price. Let it go below 90, it'll climb up on the list. But remember, I like UPS, but UPS has the dividend risk, but that's a new price. That one's actually lower. Klarna, I mean, IPOs, all you got to do is pull up every IPO recently. So I'm sure Geo likes Klarna. He was also pumping Dell at 120. So like I'm saying, go pull up every single one. What was it? Like Fly, that's one of the IPOs. What was the other one? Bullshit or Bullish. That was another one. Fig. You see what I'm saying? So you know how it's going to play out on day one. You're going to have a high premium. If Wall Street is too greedy, then I wouldn't play it. If it's at a low price, you might have an opportunity, but usually the IPOs come in at a higher price. Oh, Figma too. Yeah, there's all of them. Just go look at all of them. So some of them a month or two later might be able to come back up, but not too many have, even in this marketplace, have gone higher than the little sketchiness that they do. It just can't be overpriced. If it's overpriced, I would play it. If it's not, then I'm not down. Smiley face. You think we're friends? Bet. I'm like 2 for 2 on pumping. He's like Smiley. I'm like, you think this is? Oh, my man. Core Weave. Yeah, but no one believes me on the IPOs in the moment. Because like when everyone's hyped, bro, it's a lot of pressure and you're like, oh my God. Think about it. Haven't all of these IPOs been very exciting? But then, like I'm saying, you go and look back at them just after a couple weeks, it's not even, yeah. We go right back to NVIDIA and trade. Now, every day they go, you gonna buy this? You buy it? All you do is hear about it. They jack it up, and I'm like, okay, Wall Street's being greedy. So like I said, if the premium's not too high, we'll do it. But every single time, if it's high premium, no thank you. Core Weave was months ago, but Core Weave did the same thing. Core Weave didn't pop till a month later. I didn't play Core Weave the day of. I didn't play it that first month. And then we made all the money a month later. Because that one jacked up, and then it really ran up, then came down 50, 60%, and then it went up. So that one's actually doing good. That's probably the only one. But it still had that 1 month effect where you were probably down 60 to 70% if you insisted. Okay, you're at the low still. Again, we are about to get to the top of the hour here soon. U.S. Appeals Court overturns injunction preventing Trump admin from cutting off billions of dollar Biden-era climate grants. Check, son. Check any of them. Remember last week we saw those. I know gold's not good. Gold is kind of showing some of the broader panic there with dollar and then also the yields. Every big tech, Apple's doing the best. Apple and Meta. And then Microsoft. No, Microsoft actually. Meta got a little worse. Okay. GME earnings are coming up. You wonder if the Switch 2 will make it good. So you could do that, but just do it privately. Okay? I don't think that's a serious company to be spending energy on, in all honesty. Like I said, so whatever happens in September, I would just be more fixated on jobs, rates, again, the bonds at a 40-year level. There's other things right now, and I think the GME era is over. Sorry, guys. All the metals are up. Silver, everything, and I think that's telling. That's what I'm saying. The way it's all moving at it. Today's a record high on gold. So imagine this whole time, starting off September with another new high, and it has already been leading. It's like kind of a set release date. They like do a road show, and then they have like an idea, and then they like hammer it out. Let's hear those gold coins. Yeah. So do you not care about the market then? Or do we just... Did you bring up GameStop? I try to correct you. Now you want me to click coins together? My brother, do you just want me to ban? I'm not trying to ban people. I'm trying to do it like Friday, where I'm trying to hook y'all up, but yeah, I'm gonna actually ban y'all today. So just, Friday you guys had the unbanning, the great unbanning, so, but yeah, let's lock in, brother. All right, another low. And now gas, natural gas, that's another commodity. It was already moving today, and that's another low. 10 minutes till the top of the hour. It might settle around there. Like I'm saying, 51. So another like 9-10 more points. That's level 1. You've already filled that gap, actually. And then like 63.39 if it'll get a little worse. Ugly day is we get back to the 62s, which is possible, sadly. The coin clanking is appreciated. I agree. But it doesn't work. So like if I give you like a correction on like a comment, don't ask me for, you know what I'm saying? Like vibe with it good, and I think a appropriate coin clicking is always appreciated. So, but like I'm saying, if you like hitting me with GME and a pump and that's the follow-up, I might stomp you. So we gotta work. Jane Street posts record 10 billion trading revenue for second quarter. Isn't that the Indians trading the options? They found that they're the ones who did that little report when you guys asked me about it. 10.1 billion for second quarter. That does mean you're unbanned, yeah. I hope you use it wisely. You should check Friday's video. I mean, it was chill on Friday, man. We had a lot of good talks, even to the people I banned, It's just been a month. We need to train the algorithm. So if you would like to be a part of it and help me, even then, I think it's funny because I don't know if you've heard, there's a little rumor. Word on the street is that some people have found very, very crazy advantages using AI and other things to allow them to create a lot of generational wealth with things. That's a rumor. I've heard it somewhere. And now we hear Jane Street, and I'm working on some stuff. So I want to train our algorithm. I think we have a really good opportunity to do some crazy shit. And I would love for as many people to be a part of it. But if you're not willing to work here in the right way, I unfortunately, it won't work. Not because I want to exclude you, but just because, like I'm saying, it's going to require a level of discipline here that not everybody's willing to give. But we need to train our hive mind in Chad like we are training some of my AI algorithms. That's it. It's a chat. It's an algo training, AI training. Fuck that. You guys are real intelligence. So let's train that properly. So like I'm saying, I'm not really trying to ban any of y'all. And I've got to talk to some people personally. And I don't want you to feel bad. I really don't. I want you to get better. And I want you to do some good things. So that's all. It's all out of love. And if I am correcting you and you want me to stop, tell me. And I will. I'm not trying to, but then leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to deal with you. And I mean that in love. It just, we have to work and we have to train it properly. So let's get it. And if you've been unbanned, use it wisely. And like I'm saying, the rules and how we share info, we have a purpose. So help me train it and you will be able to benefit off of it as well. Yeah, man, you have real awareness. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Hey, man, let's use it. Let's use it. Yeah, you're back low. Now another set of commodities. It started gold and silver, then oil, now nat gas. We'll talk more about it on Philo, I guess. I have a video. We're going to post some clips, but it was amazing, dude. It was amazing. I love it, man. And thank you for everyone who came out. So I don't know. I haven't seen like one or two so far. They might be right. It was hard, though. That's the only problem. I'm really sad about it because it's just hard for you guys who aren't in Cali. And I got to it was hard on me, you know, like going back and forth. It was definitely doable. And I enjoyed it. And it was well worth it on my effort and my end. But it's just like, I felt bad. Like, you know, you guys only got to stay for like 2 days pretty much if they came out of state, you know, but I didn't want, I was like, man, that sucks. It's a lot of work to go back and forth. It's a lot of travel, money spent. Even if, you know, even if I gave you the compound for free, it's still like, you got to go back and forth, tickets, and not every, you know, if you have work and other stuff, you know, it's hard to get on the plane. Dude, it's a big process. So that's the downside. That's the real downside that we really saw in out of it. And everybody was willing, you know, I was willing to do it. They wanted to be there. Everybody did. And it was really fun, but it's like, yeah, that was a lot of work, a lot of effort in that sense. Not work. Everything else was chill. So we got to figure that out, or we're going to plan accordingly around that. Cause like, it's big, bro. It's hard to get out there. If you're in Cali, that's the thing though. Ask any of the Cali guys. Super easy if you're in Cali. So yeah, I don't know. If you are in Cali, you gotta just go through the other. It's super easy if you're here, if you're nearby. But everything else is like, if you have to plane in and fly in, that was just, it's gonna tire you out. Like I'm saying, the night number 1, I was up till like 3 a.m. Picking up the final Chad, bro. And I'm glad I picked. He was a good. That's the guy who has the houses at 24, bro. So yeah, it got a little late, and then people get in at different times, and then on the last day, they leave at different times, and then you still got to get to the airport and all that. Yeah, there's few from Cali. I'd say half the people were around Cali, the other half weren't. Yeah, man. Yeah, check the trading fraternity. We posted a bunch of videos leading up to it. I haven't posted this one yet, though. Apple. All right, I keep putting up the Mag 7. Watch Meta and Apple, see if they give it up. But now the low ticker's taking over. And you're about to be at the top of the hour. So you're like 30 minutes off of Euro close. And you still you took another like maybe a 0.25% down. NASDAQ is a lot lower. I gave you 2 points. I think 51, 52. So yeah, you got another 8 more points. You'll hit the low. And then if we start getting into like 62, that's ugly. And then 63.40-ish. Is that? Yeah, 63.40. So you're going to go another 8 points, hit that level, and then 10 points after that. And then if it goes worse, it just gets worse. Dude, gold. 3,000 for an ounce. That sounds like a fair rate. Yeah, a couple of value plays are still going, but yeah, man, dollar, bonds, gold is all I'd be concerned with today, sadly. You know, we were talking the other stuff, but now the more I sit here and look at it, it just bonds back to the danger zone. And once again, you got a lot of different areas kind of waking up. But at the same time, it is the beginning of the month. We saw the exact same thing happen in the beginning of August as well. So we'll see. But for the most part, your work is definitely cut out. It's all going to circulate or revolve around the non-farms on Friday. Ross, dude, gold every second, dude. Even silver. And yeah, the appeals court thing. That one is just funny. $63. Well, yeah, we got 63 then. I mean, didn't we hit? We were at 6,500, right? Yeah. But yeah, I think 6,200 is like kind of the danger zone. Well, we'll see, but think about it, 6,200 to 65, that's a lot. Decker, that's fine. It's been green, but it's finally hitting. It's only 30 highs. More gold. Anthropic completes new funding round valued at $183 billion. Okay, Gap now too. I haven't looked at any of the other clothing ones. Okay, little green, top of the hour here. Like I said, you went a 1/4 point after 30 minutes from Euro. Let's give it a sec. Maybe we could bounce. You hit one baby level, but you still have 2 more levels below you, and now it's your first little green here. But watch, if you get back to like the opening candles, that'll let you know how this will play out a little. Ouster on the high. A couple names are starting to pop here, even on the tech side too. Microsoft pinned. Ross and TJ Maxx, they've been up from the beginning of the day. 1.8. 1.4. Equal weight still off by a 1/4. Philip Morris, again, MO and Philip Morris were moving earlier. They lagged a little last week. Dow Jones, less. So 23 names red now. More names went red on the Dow. NASDAQ. Ooh, dude. 91 names in the green. Or, excuse me, in the red. 9 names in the green. So 91% of the NASDAQ 100 is in the red right now. So, yeah, that got a lot worse in that last 30 minutes. Not a lot worse, it was just already bad. So that extra 10 is, yeah, and literally less than 100 names green on the S&P 500 right now. So that's Ulta, Gap, NVR, or no, and Gap was just going up. Texas Pacific, Domino's, Humana, Biogen, T-Mobile, Take-Two, Ross, Pepsi, Molina. Yeah, less than 100. LAR. We saw that one earlier, 52-week high now. Okay, that little pop 2 isn't holding. And bonds, watch out though. Keep in mind, you're watching gold. We're talking about this drama here throughout the morning, but if that does get a little worse, I mean, there you go. If bonds break, I mean, at one point, if TLT does, you got a little bit more room. So to be honest, this is like putting you on notice, but until it starts break, remember, we saw it break before. So you still, like 85 flat really is kind of that level you have. You still have a little bit of wiggle room. It's still in the danger zone, but yeah, it has been lower. Coal's on the high. I have not looked at the IWM premiums yet. So again, that's its first little gap down. Remember all month and last month how that played out. Yeah, Tesla is popping a little bit. It's kind of unique. They usually announce a trade deal, some sort of change, or an extension, or something, or they'll just start talking about, well, we thought about this. Who knows? Who knows? But it's been a lot of variations, but some sort of jawbone towards economy, policy, or bonds, or even the Fed, to be honest. Bitcoin led the way in August. Remember, in August, most things went up, and Bitcoin kind of went down from that 120. So it kind of led the way, and it's kind of doing its own thing. So let them match up, and then see if that keeps happening. But for now, I wouldn't be too caught up in it, just because August Bitcoin was the risk off first. Nevda, Tesla, Intel. Is Boeing still one in the green, but that might go red. 1-4 on the Russell, 1-2. Dow's the best, down 1-2. Not bad. What can they do without building? This has been kind of my theory for a long time. I think they're going to use Freddie and Fannie, and I think they're going to start incentivizing mortgages. So I think they're going to start offering first-time buyers and people who work certain jobs. I think they're going to offer them like housing credits and programs, or make it easier for them to qualify. That's what I'm kind of expecting, besides whatever stuff they could do to increase inventory. But I'm assuming they might even make like a young guy mortgage, or like a young man or woman mortgage. And it has nothing to do with gender, but I think they're going to make it about certain people at a certain age, and then if you work and do certain things, you'll qualify for a just easier qualification, or even a lower rate. Yeah, maybe a 100-year mortgage, or they'll just offer, think about it, FHA can offer you a lower rate if they just offer people 4 or 5% mortgages if they make below certain amount. You know what I'm saying? Or if anybody who doesn't own a home. Instead of letting prices come down naturally. So I think, are you missing the point? You might be. The point is that they're not going to come down naturally. Again, I built my real estate career off of Democrats, and I'm thankful for them. Housing prices don't go lower, brother. With that. So you got to really think about it. That's why it's like they could build supply, and that would bring it down naturally. But if you keep having to fight courts and California and all these other things, and then Jerome Powell has refused to lower rates for a year when it has produced more negatives than not. You can argue that the Democratic policies and Jerome Powell are stopping it from coming down naturally. So yeah, don't miss that. But I hope for all your years listening, you believe in the possibility and plan ahead for it. But yeah, that's interesting. But that's not the concern right now. I think houses can come down naturally, but you have a lot of things getting in the way that have really made real estate what it is. And that's why area by area it plays out very differently because of these factors and affordability. But then again, go look at any cheap homes across America. I mean, those aren't naturally coming down, brother. What do you think is going to happen? Like, for real. That's why I've been trying to help you guys and be nice. And I want you to see the truth and not get blinded because you're so quick and critical. But are you not? What do you think is going to happen to cheap? Do you think cheap homes are naturally going to come down? Like, do you genuinely believe that? And why? And you need to ask yourself why. And that's why I'm telling you guys, please be wise and be smart and look ahead and stop getting drawn to you could complain about it all or find ways to get mad at Trump or Biden, but ideally you should be moving and making some action here and making sure that you are protected no matter what. Again, another good conversation with me and Rob. Longer mortgages aren't bad, but what's the downside? Longer mortgages are good for affordability in terms of lowering the payment for people so that they could actually pay it. But what else is it? There's one problem though. If I did a 100-year mortgage, there's actually a really big problem. Yeah, you get it. At the end of 100 years, bro, the amount you end up paying is ridiculous. So the amortization, you're going to spend like 20 times more than the house cost. Maybe at least I think a normal 30-year, you're paying 3 times as much. So, and that makes sense to a certain degree. Mexico popping. But yeah, no news on UNH, just a lot of outperformance here in healthcare today. Well, you'll get equity, but it all just depends where you buy the market. But like your balance is so high. So you're just going to be running a high principal, just gaining interest for so long that, it adds a lot. So yeah, it'll hurt equity when it's not initially and depending on how it moves, but more often than not, it will. It does give you opportunity to pay down principal, and it gives you way lower payments. So you could you just double out the 30-year mortgage. It's going to be bad on the long end for people in equity, but it would literally make it way more affordable. But then again, then that would change the investment opportunity. But then also too, if like real estate could outperform that. So don't get it twisted too. Last time they said 30-year mortgage, every house outperformed that. Every house ever outperformed the 30-year mortgage. The one that they're complaining that you're gonna pay this month, you know what I'm saying? It's still outperformed after 30 years, like by substantial amounts. So, but then again, we don't know that far into it. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think that last comment, you just gotta, some of you need to wake up ASAP. Like, for real, man. I mean it so nice, bro. And God is good, man. But just, I hope you don't forget that, like, maybe houses that aren't, you know, like the expensive houses, they're gonna have their little market. But yeah, I don't know, like, what are you guys thinking is gonna happen to like really cheap homes, no matter what? Because like, you got to think about it, those aren't what we're talking about here. And when you keep getting involved in the politics, like, dude, that's not what it's talking about. So I really hope you guys don't get thrown off the path and get so quick to get caught up in the politics and these things. And I don't even think I'm verbalizing it correct. I just think some of you are just, don't get caught up in like what you think is going to affect certain areas. I mean, again, these affordable homes and a lot of what you can get, I don't think it applies to that. So I don't know, man. Just be smart or do whatever you want. Low HOA. Remember, you could always rent it too. Or you could always find a house outside a little cheaper and rent it. Rent where you live and then get rental income on the other one. I don't think you need 20%. I think you need to find a good deal. I think you need to make sure you don't overpay for a home. That's it. And then put yourself in a better equity position. That is what we're looking for. And then it also depends what you qualify for too. Yeah, they could do a 50-year mortgage. That would be a nice middle ground. We talked about this years ago. That was part of one of the first debates with affordability. You don't want to rush. You better look, though. That's it. A lot of people who tell me they don't want to rush, they don't look. So just make sure you do every day. Would I add an ADU or save for a second one? I would save for a second one. It's very easy to put more money into a home than you'll get out of it. So I think you've done a lot of work to your home already. You got good equity. You bought at a good time. I would get a treasure chest. Get a war chest ready for either another house or anything else. Especially if you have no plan to sell the ADU or monetize it, it may just you may end up wasting money, or even if you don't, it's going to be more work. So I'd give it more time until things either gets cheaper to build, rates get lower. But if you already have a good amount, I think use that as a war chest where you're actively hunting for the next one at a good deal, or you're going to you'll have defense if anything ever happens. You're moving in the in-laws until we find a home. Did you sell your other house? I don't know if you had one before, but if you did, that's not a good idea. Never move if you don't sell the house until you find the next one. But just make sure you look, though. So if you're living with the in-laws, look every day. Because and then get qualified now so you know exactly what you need. Because then that way you don't want to get stuck. That's the problem with real estate and moving, is that this is the mistake that people make. So good, you never owned a home, you're perfect, you're fine. I'm glad. All you have to do is just don't delay on the hunt. You know what I'm saying? Just keep looking and have that plan, especially if you're in Florida too. You get some good deals right now, and you could at least find better properties. But just make sure that you are looking, because you don't want to be in the position of, for you, it's a lot better. But a lot of people, what they end up doing is they sell one and they don't buy the next. And now you're stuck in purgatory, real estate purgatory. Yeah, well, if you're not going to sell it, just make it nice enough for what you want, right? So it's comfortable for you to live in. You could add upgrades, but like a whole ADU is like permitting, building, you know what I'm saying? So you could do stuff, just don't go overboard. But yeah, I wouldn't do what you need for you, But if you have no plans to sell it or monetize that house, I wouldn't go above and beyond. AKA ADU. Oh, nice. You're beautiful, bro. You're doing good. I love it. I love it. Send your zip code. If I find some your way, I'll email them to you. But that's good. That's what I'm saying. You're ready. That's what I want. I want you ready, knowing, but look every day now, because then when it's there, boom, you're gonna be ready to go. I love you, bro. No, yeah, that's amazing. So I like to hear, bro. You see how I'm giving you the questions and I'm asking you, and if what you're saying is true, and I think it is, then excellent. That's exactly how it should be. And I hope all of you hear that too. NVIDIA PR rumor H20, our supplier of Blackwell, is categorically false. Selling H20 has had no impact to supply other products. Send it in an email to me, so I have the zip, but just email me so I could send it to the Colt guys and I can put it in a program. Oh, dude, Boca Raton? Okay, Donald. I didn't. Oh, sorry, Mr. Trump. I didn't know. You should have told me. You should have told me. Boca Raton. NVIDIA rejects rumors of H100, H200. Dude, I wanted to go to Boca Raton when I was in Miami. I wanted to, like, drive down there. You look for deals everywhere, brother. You got to know your area and be looking every single day. Hunting. Sniping, some would say. Right? What does a sniper do? You guys, dude, we didn't even watch movies. You know that? They came, bro. I'm sad we didn't get to watch a movie, Chad, but we just kept having good discussions. So it was, but yeah, like, I don't know, man. It's, have you seen that movie, American Sniper? That's how you gotta be, but real estate. I don't know if that's a good example. Like, you gotta have Redfin up and, like, pissing in your chair because you don't want to move, but metaphorically. But find your area, and you need to be really, really, you know, you don't take every shot, right? You need a clear shot, and wait, and wait, and you wait, and you need to hunt the ground, bro. You need to know exactly what area, and just, I'm telling you, if you're paying attention, it'll hit. But yeah, you can't just shoot at it, and then you only get one shot. This is your house. You shoot and you miss, bro. That's it. Your position is exposed, and so that's why you just wait till the shot lines up. It'll be so easy, bro. This is what I've been trying to tell. And the Chads who believe me, like I'm saying, just understand like how much work we're putting into this, saving, planning. We're putting diligence. This is not like you're being a fool about it, but at the same time, there's an element where it's like it really is that easy. And you just have to, those who believe and have really put themselves in this positioning like a sniper, and have put them, they're just willing to sit there, stare and hunt with a belief. And like I'm saying, I love that Mr. Pickles he's done the steps. That's it. There's bullets. It's loaded. He has approval. We're ready to fly once it's ready. That's all we need is the shot. And that's all you're waiting for. So it's really easy, but it's hard to wait. And it's hard to look and get all those steps leading up to it. Was always the poor kid in the rich town from Argentina, self-made, soon to retire my mom because I save and invest. 5 years listening, baby. Literally life-changing. Amen, bro. I'm glad you took the initiative. Amen, baby. And that's so good. That's it. The only issue you're gonna have is waiting too long. So that's it. As long as you're hunting and you've done every step perfectly so far. So all we got to do is just make sure, don't be too timid and golden. That's beautiful. Yeah, for real. If you're ready, sellers will pick you, especially in like Florida and these markets, bro. For real, you find the one you like, it's a good price, even put in an offer. Because if you could, like, bro, if you're ready in that market, they'll be down to go. That's even, again, how we worked with the Colt compound, that we were ready. And we expressed it and showed them, and it worked. Aim small, miss small, baby. Amen. I love that movie. Or is aim small, miss small? Is that from American Sniper or Shooter? Oh, I don't know. Nah, man, can I give you one? Patriot? Is that really? No way! I'm totally off. I'm totally off. Oh, yeah. I love it, man. That's why, and I hope you hear it, Derek. Because that's all. Some of you guys have done very good steps. And just like Pickles, when I hear it, that's why I'm like, listen, you guys have done you guys are showing it very well, and you're doing good. That just don't be too timid. That's the only thing. So on that hunt, I want you looking and keep looking at Florida. I don't know. We about to have 2 farms. Derek gonna get one too, man. You gonna see. Just we gotta look, and that's it. And if it's just like, even if it's on the cusp, sometimes the ones on the cusp, I don't want you to overlook them. Don't be timid. I want you to pursue. You're not gonna buy it, but like put in an offer. You see what I'm saying? And if you come across one and Pickles in Florida, and it's like right there on the cusp, and you're like, it's there, it's a little too much, I want you to offer. Just don't be timid. That's where it is. If you already got the discipline, the good steps, you're locked and loaded, that's it. And if you're not timid, it's going to open up another door, and then we'll find out if it's legit. But the ones like right on the line, I want you to pursue them. But they're not guaranteed wins. But you can't, I don't want you letting those ones go, especially if you're looking. That way, you're going to come back with good info and get a better idea of the market you're looking for. Core weave again. Timid. Oh, David. Hey, man. Well, for some, I think some timid. I think a lot of the repetition, I kept saying that over the weekend. Repetition rewires reality. What up, baby? Good to see you, bro. That's David. That's Mr. He rents to his landlord, or to his boss, bro. I can't believe it. It's so funny. But yeah, dude, I was just about to talk about you, David. That's so funny. Because I told him, and for all of you out there listening, I need you to realize something. 4 or 5 years has flown by and nothing has like really changed. What do I mean by that? You're here right now listening and like you're still a human and shit. What I'm trying to tell you is that like a lot of time can go by and you'll still be alive in you. Why is that important? Because this is what I told David. I said, man, I'm so happy that he's very rare for his young generation. Not only to like listen, be so, believing and take advantage of it, but he didn't rent. He didn't have this like desire in him to like just take all this money, even after his first house, and be like, oh, well, I could rent something really, really nice. And do you know how many people rented Miami, Austin, Texas, and they went, and think about it, over the last 4 or 5 years, a lot of people below the age of 30, they made a lot of money and they had money. And they went and they took the rent deal. But do you guys not notice it? It's been now 2, 3, 4, 5 years. That's it. People are either moving back or they got to go and buy something else. And now it's been, literally almost, depending on your rent, at least maybe $40,000, $50,000. Let some people 6 figures of rent. And now it's 4 or 5 years, and now you have nowhere to live still. So, like I'm telling you, I want to make sure you guys avoid this, because that's a big thing. And like before you know it, man, if you're thinking about stocks and you're planning and investing in your long term, all these good things, it's like you got to really think about that, because, dude, before you know it, man, 4 years is gonna go by, and you're gonna spend the money anyways. You're gonna have money, use it, and you're gonna need a place to live, bro. And that's what I'm saying, like, to see I got to see both. I saw some young guys, they got the long term, they got the money, and they have businesses, but they're like, I'm gonna do this. And they chose that route instead. But then now you see the ones who chose the buying, guess what they chose? Did they live in as nice of a place? They did not. Did they get to live in the high-rise condo with the view? They did not. Did they get certain benefits that Was it a nicer unit? Probably. It was probably smaller. They probably even overpaid for a little bit in terms of, oh, like, what are you getting for it? But like I'm telling you, that 4 years, 5 years flew by, bro. Now look. And now it's just like, yeah, you didn't get the nicest unit in the beginning. You didn't get to live and be a superstar, but now you have fucking 6 figures. And other people have no money, let alone a house to live in. And now you don't, and now you have the freedom to choose what you do next. That's what I love. Now you could keep that house and go rent wherever you want. Travel the world, brother. You could do whatever you want. Because now you already sacrificed and put in that investment for your future. And I don't think you should stop, any of you. Especially if you're young, you got a lot of time, baby. But God willing. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, think about this. Just think about how you don't want to spend more than the next 12 to 24 months renting without anything to show for it. And I don't say that negatively. Don't feel bad. I say this as someone who's going to help you. And we're going to make sure you don't. But you have to really realize, like, time is going to fly, dude. It's going to really, really fly by. And we got to put something down on the future right now. And that is going to be your long-term in your house. So, and it's possible. But like I'm saying, like the rent and other things, you got to think. Do you want it now or do you want it later? Future self or current self? That's really what it was. And you had the shot, but it's hard to believe it while you're living in it, you know? And I think now we've got to look, now we can look back on the story from a different perspective. It's like for those of you on the farm, it's like when we go to the top of the mountain and look down at the barn versus being at the barn, and it's a different perspective. So I hope you can see it now and look back and be like, okay, that time flew by, bro. Bro, Chad, we're going to be at 2030 and it's going to be the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm thinking about right now. And I want all of you to think about it too. So, but before you know it, time is going to fly. And that's why we want stuff that all of our effort, time, savings, it's going towards that. So that it's working for us. So when we get there, we have something. None of us, hear me, we're not going to 2030 with nothing. Do you hear me? God willing. Amen, amen. Yo, you told your wife the house we're in now is that tent? Bro, I don't know. I gotta post the video. Cause like, I don't know. You had to be there, bro. You had to be there. I don't know if it's gonna it sounds different when you say it like that, bro. No, bro, for real. Literally, I showed them this example. Cause when you get to the farm, we have this like little tent, and then there's a barn, and then there's the main house. And they're all like different quality of like, one is literally like a tent. And then one's like a barn. That's the one I showed you already. And then the main house is nice. It's really nice. I like it. But that's what I was telling them. I was like, think about it. Your first long-term, that's the tent. Your first house, your first long-term, that's the tent. And then once you get that, you move on up. You're going to parlay it. And then you you keep the tent, and then you move into the barn. Your next purchase, your next rebuild of the long-term, you get after your first house, then you get to the barn. And then you're going to do that a couple more years. And then you're going to flip that one, and then you'll still keep it and move your way up. Then you're going to have the main house. And then that's how we do it, bro. You're going to build all of that up. So, yeah, bro. It takes time, though. It's little by little. But when you see it and you're looking ahead, I mean, it's possible. And everybody could do it. And then before you know it, Monopoly, you're going to have it all. The cult games. Yeah, we will. We will. Okay, I'll tell you guys the bad news. Because Zachary asked. I like Zach. So, Zach, I love you. I love all of you. You have no idea. My love for the cult 10x'd just by getting to meet you. You know that? I really do, bro. I really love seeing you guys. And just oh, man. God is good, bro. To see what has came out of it, man. There's good, man. A lot of good. And some of you are so exciting. All of them. Every single person who came, bro. So exciting. So special. In their own way, bro, and to see it come to life from this journey, bro, God is good, baby. So yeah, we're definitely doing another meetup, for sure. Bad news, I don't think we're gonna do it as soon. That's it. That's what I'm saying. The travel, realizing how hard it is, and if we're only gonna do it for a day, I'd like to do it for more than a day or two. It's just challenging for that, but I want to do it, but I don't know where it'll either do. I don't think we could do it every month. It would probably be like every quarter, or we have to give like a long lead time. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be hard for you guys. And that's like, everybody who wanted to go, they wanted to be there. And I think I wanted to be there. That's why like, it was taxing, but it wasn't that bad because we all enjoyed it real lot. But by the end of it, it's just like, yeah, like I don't want to put people through that. Or if we didn't have a long weekend, it would have been a lot more tiring. If we didn't have the next day to like chill, and then some people get back late, the flights. Oh, dude, that's what we said. I forgot to put it in the video, but like, dude, are you ready? That idea of like 50 people, that was like my dumbest idea I've ever had. That's what we were saying when we were there, bro. Because I'm like looking at everybody, and I'm like, oh, dude, it was such a blessing, bro. And it worked out great. But I was like, dude, 50, that was my dumbest fucking idea I've ever had. You know, I don't know what I was thinking. Seriously, bro. I knew what I was thinking because it was accurate. We could fit 50 easily. Like if you were there and then like we could have fit 50, it just would have been hectic and all the back and forth, and it would have been, dude, even 25, bro. Like that's why I was like, yeah, that was my dumbest fucking idea. That was a really dumb idea. I don't know what I was thinking at the moment, but you know, I'm glad we brought something to life and it worked. You know, and I had a lot of visions, and we talked about a lot, and we brought a lot of it to life, and it worked out perfectly. It would have been a nightmare. It would have. But it was great, and we learned a lot, dude. We learned a lot. The founding fathers, oh, dude, they got some ideas. We got people to help out, too. You know, we have a good candidate to manage the farm. So this is the deal. I got a candidate to manage the farm, and he's way too qualified. That's what I said to him. I told him, I said, bro, I don't want to trap you here on this farm. I was like, you're way too fucking qualified. He already owns homes. He's already doing all this other stuff. Very well disciplined. So I told him this. I'm down for him to try it. I told him he's not allowed to sell his house, and he could come out for like 1 to 3 months, and we could try the cows. But realistically, if he's down to sell his house and now he's seen the area, I think we should just buy a farm. He should buy a farm right next to mine, and then he could manage both of them. That way, he gets both. And then I said, I'll cut him in on the revenue. All we got to do is cover the cost of the farm, so we could do the events. And if it makes money off animals or anything else, yeah, it's all his. But I think he's so qualified and talented, I think he should just get another farm. He should get 2, and then he should buy it, and he should, because he already has a house. I'm like, bro, you could do it. And that would make most sense if we could find him a good deal out there, and he's already down to manage it. We could go back to, he could help me while helping himself and still have the upside of both now. Because that's what I want for you guys. I want good. I want everybody to benefit off of it. And I think the guys who came really got to see that. Because everything I've been telling you is facts, bro. And I was telling you, you got to sit there and see it. You got to, like, once you get on that farm, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just too big. You can't understand it until you set foot on it. And I think some of them really got to experience that. Because, dude, it looks nothing like the videos. Any of the videos I've shown you, you don't really get to grasp what we're dealing with, truly. I don't think so. Mm-hmm. And he's booked it. Yeah, they're really good for weddings. That's why we probably will end up going some of those routes. So yeah, but we definitely learned a lot about travel, how to do it. I'm gonna do another one though, for sure. I wouldn't, telling you, bro, it's a really cool experience, man. I'm very grateful, man. And once again, dude, you have just a great community, man. And that's why I'm glad for the way we do it and the high standard, because you guys are just nice to each other. And that's what I like. You know, it's one thing about how you guys treat me and everything else, but dude, I just brought people from all over America, put them in a house, bro, and like, I don't know, it just felt like everybody knew each other forever. And they were just so nice, respectful. They cleaned up after themselves. And I told them this, though. I was like, you guys are good, but y'all faking. I'm like, let's see by week number 3. You'll come out here your 3rd time. Let's see if y'all acting that way. Yeah, you're going to get too comfortable. But nah, they were, even then, regardless of how they treated the property, like I'm saying, they treated each other with a lot of respect. And it was apparent. And you could see it every way. Like, everybody just, I don't know, like, nobody had a task. You know how I kept telling you guys, like, you're gonna be put to work? Nobody worked. They did whatever they wanted to, but like everything was ready to go when they got there. But like I'm saying, like, dude, you didn't have to tell people, go. Everybody, dude, we were like ants. I don't like, somebody would just start cooking, somebody would just start getting the food ready, another person, like, I would just get involved, and we would just start doing other stuff. Then the fire would be set up, and then someone's doing this, and like, it was beautiful, bro. Everybody just definitely was looking out for the next guy, and you felt it. And yeah, we had a lot of good conversations, and it was like 24 hours of philo, bro. I'm telling you. We played some games. It was cool. The Chad games are really fun. That's the other cool part, because like I think like the nature of the Chad, you guys know how we like always trying to play games, right? And like we like games together here, right? Online, we have a history of playing a lot of games. It's just funny because like every little game we had, it turns into like it's a fun competition. Like no one's like taking it too seriously, but everyone's like, ooh, what can I do? And then we all like play, and we like keep score, and it's fun, bro. Everybody there likes games. We played Monopoly. We were playing the football game. We did the baseball one. We didn't have the hoop. I showed them some of my dribbling skills, but yeah, man, it was a good thing, bro. Catching a stray philo. Oh, dude, yeah, right. Man, you gave me one, bro. I don't think you remember. Do you remember it, Cody? I don't think I'm ever gonna forget that. The homeboy fucking he goes to the lemon tree, and I ask him a question, and I'm like, why? And then of course, I say, why? He says, man, choose your metaphor. You don't know what you did to me, Cody. I did. I chose like 50 in my mind at that time. I was like, oh my goodness. The lemon tree, brother. The lemon tree. I'll still BXR you, so stop playing with me. Amen, amen. But no, it was very good vibes, bro. Like I said, nobody stabbed me, so that was a concern. I'm glad I didn't get stabbed. Nobody stabbed each other. And even then, bro, dude, Cody and Derek, bro, dog, I'm just saying, bro, they're huge. I'm just saying, bro, like, I think you'll see it. You'll see the video. I swear he was like 6'12". I calculated it. I swear I took out my iPhone and I did the like measurement, and and it says 6'12". It's crazy, bro. I'm glad nobody picked me up. I'm thankful for that. No one demasculated me, by picking me up, so it's good. Yeah, stabbing free. Nobody got shanked. What more can you ask for? Isn't that 7 feet? Oh, I don't know. Oh, wow. It's already 9:40? Dude, I thought it was 8:40. Yeah. Well. It's September. Got Jeffrey Epstein though. Oscar. I couldn't not tell him Jeffrey Epstein. I had to. Someone made a Lisa Cook joke today. I feel like Jeffrey Epstein was funny. Everybody kept getting off guard. Yeah, man. It was a lot of fun, bro. Good to see you too, man. All of y'all. I get in the morning. Now I get to see him all. I think everybody's here now. Actually, where's Mitch? I haven't seen Mitch. Where's Mitch at? Where's Mitch? Are you here, Mitch? I'm surprised I haven't seen Mitch. I think he's the only one I haven't seen so far this morning. They're going to be put in their house. Yeah, bro. Ask him. Oh, there he is. There he is. What's up, baby? Oh, other Mitch. We have another Mitch now, bro. Isn't that crazy? I thought you were the only Mitch, but no, we got two Mitches. Mitch in there like swimwear. What up, baby? I have, bro. I've been craving these dude, he brought these cinnamon sugar bagels, dude. You could ask him. Even on the second day, or he was like, anybody want bagels? I turned into a fucking hunter, and I turned into a crackhead, and I was like, you got cinnamon sugar? Fire, bro. Thank you, my brother. Those were, oh man, you went above and beyond. He got us bagel, everything, bro. And he's, bro, I told my girl too, you know that? I said, bro, he swept. I woke up, I opened the garage, bro, and he cleaned my boxes for me. That was the only part that was not ready for everybody. And he did it, bro. I said, thank you, brother. Oh, but I didn't tell you guys. So yesterday, I had to, because I had to move the cars back. So I went, and then one of the trash bags got taken by a coyote. Dude, they got to the burgers, the burger wrapper. Kohl's is ripping, and then ANET. Again, ever since Euro closed, we hit that level. You had 2 more lower levels, but we didn't go there. And now we're chilling. Oh, yeah, I do. I have your sunglasses in my car. You want me to ship them to you? I could ship them to you, or I'll just buy you a new pair. I just love you, David. You know that? David, you are so great, bro. So that's it, David. Let's go. Let's get you another house. You send me anything, David. I work for you now, brother. I work for you now. David got me hyped, bro. You guys have no idea. You know that? And all of you, can you guys get me hype? If you're under the age of 30, can you guys get me hype? Cody got me hyped too, bro. I'm telling you, man. Some of the younger guys, y'all are just so inspiring, and I love it, man. And I would love to see more of the younger guys. The younger, the better, getting homes. Okay, I don't want this to get into the Jeffrey Epstein territory. I don't want to. Listen, you don't ever have to meet me, young guys. I just want you to be a young guy with a home. Okay, just get a home. Get a home. That's it. Well, let's do it, man. You if you're trying, that's good. I like that. If you believe in you're trying, no such thing as trying. You're gonna get it done. I know you will. That's what I'm saying, bro. The ones who are like, I'm gonna do it, and the ones who believe, bro, they do it. That's it. I'm telling you, bro. It's really that simple. For real. Screw everything on the internet, the propaganda. I'm telling you. The ones who are like, yeah, I could do it. Oh, yeah, I'm doing it. They do it. That's it. Especially if you're young. Because, dude, that's what I saw in David, bro. This kid was like, just so much energy. And, like, he believed. And then that's it. He gets an idea, he runs. He literally runs. He does it. Oh, man, this guy. So I think you guys, that's what happens, bro. And if you're young, bro, you guys got that energy. Like, for real, stop listening to these older guys who are really old in the propaganda and, like, they don't have, bro. Let them not believe, but, bro, you guys, you could do it. All you got to do is, like, if you really believe and apply that youth, bro, and that energy you have, I don't even think it's trying. That's it. All you got to do is just, I know you're trying now, and I respect it, bro. I really do. That's why I encourage you all to just say, I'm doing it. And when you, in your heart, really believe it, and you're really down, and you make that a goal, bro, it's done. You're going to get it. It's finished. That's what the Father says, you know? The future is bright. Keep the glasses. Oh, David. This guy. You were dropping one-liners too, bro. All day. That's hilarious. He said, the future's bright. Keep the glasses. Oh, man. Getting home, you had medical stuff taken out of work, and that was the only thing that saved. Yeah, man, I'm sorry to hear too, and I'm glad you had the net, the defense. So rebuild, and man, I'll pray for you, get better, and that's why too. You rebuild, and I hope if you don't have it, try your best right now, man, or just resolve in your heart to do it. 10%. We're just chilling. Low ticker is picking up a little bit on the short-term velocity. My favorite part, everything. But just that, I don't know, it gave me hope. A lot of inspiring to keep doing what I'm doing here. But like I'm saying, it's just hope for good people, dude. Don't tell me there's not good people in this world, man. All the shit, all the tinfoil, you know what I'm saying? And like, there's definitely a lot of trash and evil. But dude, what we have here, man, I'm just, again, time and time again, I meet some of the best people. And it's here, and how, like I say, and how you guys treat each other. It's very, very special. So I really, really liked that. It gave me hope that there is some good people out there, and that there is, a real opportunity to make a real change on this planet, bro, and in this country. So yeah, just getting to see it too. I got to see different qualities in them, both good and bad, in what we, have learned and not learned here. And then I also got to see myself in various ways, and they taught me just as much as I taught them. Because I'm telling you, I saw David and the way, even like Cody, Derek, even Uri. Oh, you have no idea. And just seeing how they acted and how they interacted with stuff, and their view on what I've shared with them, and just what the world has given us back. I mean, it's opened my eyes up as well too. So yeah, man, that was it. And then everything else was just, I liked the games a lot on a non-deep level. It was just so wholesome. Trump is at 2, so probably in a little. It'll be like right before power hour. Probably by the time we are done with Philo. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo queried by Senator Warren on overdraft fees. Core Wiver. Have faith in Chad. Oh, and I did, but here's the thing, though. Here's the problem. I should probably tell you this during Philo, but I'll tell you now, because it's what I told them too. It was very, very raw and brutal, but it's true. I told them on the last night, because they're amazing, bro. I'm telling you, and I really, really like them a lot. I have a very big affinity towards everybody who came. I can't deny it. Abby Vi gets Elahere approval for ovarian cancer in Canada, and then PM on the high. But yeah, man, I really liked them, and I was like, man, these are good people. But then I told them this, that whatever happens now in feelings, I've made the mistake in the past of judging too early, even if it's good. And that's what I said, because I said, you know what? I feel it for real. I think you guys are good people, and there's a lot of love, and I truly believe that they're going to go on and do some great things, all of them. I shit you not, bro. I can't even explain it. They're all of them. Every single one of those men who came, bro. Very special. And that's why I'm like, I feel that way genuinely. The last time I also felt that way, a couple months later, one of them kids in jail. And then another one in jail. Another one beating up on women, and do you see what I'm saying? So I hate to be brutal and real about it, but that is reality. And that's what I said. And I say, don't let me down. Because last time, that's why I said, whatever I think from meeting them, I just have an idea, but nothing's confirmed. And it will be confirmed with longevity. It will be confirmed with time and them upholding it. Yes, for real. And that's why I said, I was like, all right, easy. So I do, and I feel it, but I hope I could do it different, because last time when I felt that way about people, I didn't get to warn them like this. So, because I didn't know. I did, now I know. And that's why I'm saying it's a good thing. And there's a disclaimer with it all, but when it's all said and done, it was a really, really good time, bro. So shout out to Chad, baby. Get a long term. All right, you're coming up. And then let's go to Philo. Would you guys like Philo? I think you guys are itching for Philo. Dude, you want to know what sucks, dude? I had a Philo for them on Sunday and I forgot. So I was gonna give them this Philo in person, but We already did all day of Fila. Unusual whales? No. I don't view them as a credible source. I view them as a shiller. They have info, and sometimes it's timely, no doubt, but yeah, I wouldn't. Second sort of trustworthy, I wouldn't put them up on that list. Bloomberg ain't even trustworthy. Yeah, it was funny, bro, because we were playing Monopoly, and I ran up a Monopoly real quick, and then they started to strategize. They were like, "No, we can't do this." They're like, "We got to get this, so Josh can't get that," and they're like, "We gotta watch out so Josh can't get that." And I was like, "Yeah, now you know how Bloomberg feel." Thank you, Bloomberg. Bloomberg. That was a story of my life, bro. Story of my life. But did you have a railroad, dude? I did not, Mr. CSX. Dude, homeboy was just buying the shit out of railroads for no damn reason. I was like, no, bro, Monopoly, it tells you utilities and transports, just like real life, bro. But nah, David became CSX owner. Yeah. Well, remember, Unusual Whales, they're just selling their product. Just don't forget. Just don't forget. So, you think they're giving you news, but I bet you they view it as marketing. Or, again, exposure. U.S. holdbacks China trade threats as it weighs Russia's sanctions. All right. And then, Chad, if you would like philosophy, let's do it. So, it's time for philo. If you don't want to hear about Jesus, the meetup, and all that stuff, I don't know. I kind of already talked about the meetup a lot. You guys just might have to wait for the video. But other than that, I'll see you on there. I mean, today you're right at open. You didn't break those other levels. We don't really have much on the calendar except for Trump later today. And then after that, you'll get a little bit more jobs data the rest of the week. And that is the final thing. Again, this volatility was pretty intense today, but we did start off August like this. And as I've told you, boil it down to the danger zone on TLT, man. Just from the beginning of the year, man, it's the same thing. So I'll explain this at the beginning of the next video, but I hope I see you there. If not, enjoy your day and peace.